NASCO is their pricing. The thing about NASCO is their reputation. Owens Corning, the best of the best. Lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty. Folks, this is the crew that's been on our roof several times. Did my brother's roof, my sister's roof. Becomes a family thing. Why? Because NASCO does it right. 412-373-2000 NASCO. 412-373-2000. Give me a yell.
As a mom of 3, I'm responsible for big decisions impacting my family. Last year, we needed to replace a few appliances. Imagine my surprise when I learned that some places are banning gas stoves.
412-373-2000 NASCO.
Now, new government auto mandates mean we could pay thousands more for our next vehicle.
Because NASCO does it right.
We need more energy and more choices, not fewer. Learn more at energycitizens.org.
Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
September is Bowser Truck Month at Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. And our deals are as impressive as our trucks. Get ready to conquer the road with the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 and get rates as low as 1.9% for up to 36 months. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Chevrolet today and take advantage of these limited time offers. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to help you find your perfect Chevy. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer dock fee of $464 applies with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends October 1st. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. BowserChevrolet.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. What's up, Alan Gamble?
All right, Marty, what's up is as we look out live with the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras, we're seeing pretty tame traffic at this hour, so it does give us a chance to talk construction. If you plan to be out and about on the Parkway East inbound tonight, watch for a single-lane restriction in the inbound Squirrel Hill Tunnel from 9 until 5 tomorrow morning. The work zone there as crews do some concrete barrier work. And then on the city side of the Parkway East tonight, beginning at 9, watch for the closure of the eastbound or outbound Parkway East ramp to Forbes Avenue, Oakland. That's exit 72A. Crews will do concrete barrier repairs there until 5 tomorrow morning as well. There will be a posted detour for that closed ramp. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be pretty nice for the rest of our Thursday with sun and clouds, a warm afternoon high of 83, then mainly clear tonight of 58. More sun than clouds tomorrow and very warm high 84 to 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Test. This is a statewide required monthly test of the Emergency Alert System, originating from the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, Harrisburg. This is only a test.
All right, working through the week. It's Thursday. Got an exciting show planned for you today. Can't wait. 2 to 6, Colin Dunlap, Radio KDKA.
So the Steelers released this report this morning, actually. 54 pages. It's amazing, actually. $2.6 billion in direct and indirect spending within the city. $3.4 billion in Allegheny County. $3.1 billion in the state of Pennsylvania. In other words, massive, massive contribution. Yet the city, kind of embarrassing, actually, can't come up with $1 million. And now you heard Anthony Coghill saying, we're broke, bro. And they're going to put together legislation to bag the whole thing. My boy Colin Dunlap, you don't like the smell of any of this, do you?
They have $1 million. There's $1 million there. Here's the thing. Plus, there's the anticipated revenue of this.
They look so bad, though, man.
Right.
They look so grimy.
In their defense, the tickets to the draft are free, so there's no amusement tax bump. All right? But what there is there is going to be a gigantic parking tax and a direct impact on wage taxes from people working the event.
Right on.
Okay?
$300 million impact, by the way, this event.
So that's for the city. I'm not talking about the county tax or anything. That's the city tax and any parking tickets that they write. Now, they made like $7 million in parking tax in July. There was no Steeler games in July. They're going to have essentially three Steeler games back to back to back with the NFL draft. Those are 3 Steeler Sundays. I was told direct security handled by the NFL. That's not a cent from the city. But
I get all that.
No.
But it seems to me, hold on. We've been talking about how much revenue this would generate for 2 years. My point is, don't you think, brother, that someone should have sat down with council and said, here's what we're going to do, here's what we're going to announce today, instead of dumping this on their heads, and then a constituent says, my man, you can't. No. I'm getting blown up here from people saying, screw them, I can't get my street paved.
Here's the story. Here's what I think the story is. Guys like Coghill, who seems like a great guy, wonderful guy. I've never met him. They're more mad that Ed Gainey agreed to something without clearing it through council.
No, I don't see that.
Well, I do.
Uh-huh.
And I think if somebody sits you in a room with the NFL and says, do you want the draft or not? What's your answer? I don't think you need to make 30 phone calls.
All cities,
and
every city that does anything, including the draft and the Olympics, sits down with their council and lays out a spending plan. It's just the way it is.
Well, what if he would have said, hold on, let me call you back tomorrow, and they said, no thanks, we'll go to Miami.
Because that's not how it works. You know that. The Steelers have had this set up for a year. The thing that they're doing, which they shouldn't do, and you know this because you know this stuff.
They're holding up Art. They're going to stick Art up.
They're irritating the hell out of the Steelers.
They certainly are.
Right
Here's what I think is at play, and nobody's going to talk me out of this.
Nice.
Whether it's Coghill or Strasburger, they are holding out and fighting this tooth and nail so that they can go back when it's time for votes and say, the people who vote for me in my district, I will not relent and give public funding to anything sports.
By the way, that makes sense.
I will not give. We already built a stadium for them. They can pay for their own stuff.
By the way, that makes sense. Here's the other thing that jumps out at me, and this is really irritating. So, Coghill's flat out straight shooter. My man has not met with the mayor in 2 years.
Didn't he grow up with Morehouse?
Oh yeah, they're friends.
Why wouldn't there be some sort of back channel communication?
I'm told Morehouse blew up over this. That the Steelers got totally hacked about how Gainey's managing this. And by the way, I agree with the Steelers. I do. This is...
Well, here's what the people at the city know. At the 11th hour, 59th minute, and 59th second, if it comes down to it, Art will say, write the $1 million check from the Steelers.
From one of my boys who's a police chief, the mayor is not a king. That's why there's a council. Dunlap is wrong.
I might be. But here's the thing.
I see both sides, by the way.
Sometimes when somebody puts you in a room and says, what's your decision? You say, make it happen.
I get it.
We'll figure it out on the back end.
Right on.
Something like the NFL draft that's... Marty, this is going to be the biggest event in Pittsburgh history.
Ever. You're right.
I don't know if you need to call the council members and clear it through them.
I think you should meet with them at least once every 2 years.
I agree to that.
Thanks, my man.
Like, I don't think he's a good mayor. I think he's a terrible mayor.
He's proving that today.
But in this regard, I don't know if he's wrong.
And here's the thing I wouldn't want to do. Give the Steelers a rash. I just wouldn't want to do that.
Well, you know who the mayor of Pittsburgh is anyway? Somebody with a surname Rooney.
That's right.
I mean, it ain't the mayor.
It's good stuff. Thanks, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ridiculous way to communicate with people. It just is. It's a horrible way to run a city. Because Colin's right. Come on, man. Someone gives you a pot of gold and says you got to come up with some money to get the pot of gold to buy a couple of tickets. You're going to do that, and you're going to agree to it. But you can't ignore city council as if there's some sort of appendage. Anthony, my brother, not surprised, are you?
But Collins, he's dead wrong. Our government structure is similar to what we have in the federal government. You have the executive branch and you have the legislative branch. The funding comes from the legislative branch.
Right on.
He can't do an executive order on getting $1 million. He has to get the funding through the council. Of course you have to communicate with council. Listen, but he's incompetent. I've said this for 2 years.
How about he hasn't met with Anthony Coghill in 2 years?
It's malpractice.
It is.
It's malpractice. And for him to want to be reelected, see, if he would have had any relationship with the private sector, like Caligari and them would have, they would have funded the $1 million.
Great point.
But he doesn't.
And how about Coghill? So what do you say? The mayor has 8 communications people and they can't get one of them on the phone.
Well, that's why we're in trouble financially in the first place. Why do you have that many people? Why are you hiring? Why did you go on a hiring spree when you knew that the pandemic money was going to be running out soon? Because you're incompetent.
Here's my thing about this, brother. Don't tug on Superman's cape. Don't spit in the wind. Don't pull the mask off the Lone Ranger, and don't mess around with the Steelers.
And they've known this for 2 years. It's not like it was thrown on his desk. He knew this was coming. It's been in the pipe. But Marty, if Coghill had any guts, he'd run against the mayor, not in the primary.
I don't think he wants
because
to.
The leftists will get you. Get him in the general.
I think he kind of.
As the independent.
He doesn't want to mess with this madness.
Well, somebody needs to. Yeah. And if I wasn't 69 years old, you could bet your bottom dollar I would have.
Man, you look good.
Well, thank you, but I don't need the aggravation.
Thanks, man.
All right.
This is crazy town. Crazy town. Jump in there, folks. What are you thinking? 866-391-1020. 866-391-1020. What I'm thinking, this is a load of BS. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, well, the traffic is tame. That always gives me a chance to talk construction, where it generally makes things slow for you. Drivers out there, Route 1006, Saxonburg Boulevard, Dorseyville Road, Guys Run Road, Harts Run Road, and Fox Chapel Road. Those are all the names of Route 1006 as it runs through Indiana and Harmer Townships. Gets a single alternating lane of travel pattern weekdays. That's happening through early November. Crews will work daily between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. You want to watch for them on Saxonburg Boulevard between Klein and Harts Run Roads, on Harts Run Road between Saxonburg Boulevard and Dorseyville Road, on Dorseyville Road between Harts Run and Fox Chapel Roads, and on Guys Run Road between Fox Chapel and Locust Hill Roads. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
So, I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him, became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our estate, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert, a true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000, grayelderlaw.com.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of 1932 $10 gold Indian coins have been found. These gorgeous 1932 gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a 1932 dated gold coin featuring Lady Liberty with an Indian war headdress and a majestic eagle. With limited availability, you must call now. These 1932 dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That is 92 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-520-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus over a $55 value free with every order. Call 1-800-520-6468 now to secure your 1932 $10 gold Indian coins before they sell out. Don't wait. You must act fast. Call now.
Are you paying too much for prescription drugs? Other pharmacies take a $5 drug and charge $300, but not at Blueberry Pharmacy. We introduced the Cost Plus model over 4 years ago, ensuring transparent and fair pricing. From our North Hills location, Blueberry Pharmacy services Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. We apply the same pricing principle to everything from blood pressure medication to chemotherapy drugs. Enjoy exceptional service where you can talk to a real person like me. Call us at 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com.
You love your city, but let's be honest, the commute, not so much. That's where the free Odyssey app can help. Download the app and follow your local news station so you can get the latest traffic reports or find if your train is on time before you walk out your door. Knowing all this gives you time to think about the essential things like, do I have time to get coffee? Download the free Odyssey app and search your local news station. That's AUDACY.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm a 2-time Trump voter, but in 2024, I will be voting for Kamala Harris. Trump is not running for the country or democracy. He's running to keep himself out of jail. He is a criminal and he should be prosecuted. Kamala is a prosecutor. She is going to uphold the rule of law. Trump tries to avoid the rule of law.
Republican Accountability PAC, Inc., paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. ra-pac.org.
Is it soda or is it pop? The very question has baffled philosophers for centuries. At Red Ribbon, we call it soda pop. Coming from a time when every small community had their own soda pop shop to call their own, we bottle Pittsburgh's pop with the same quality and standards as we did when the first bottles rolled off the line in 1904. Made with cane sugar, Red Ribbon Cherry Pop will take you back, way back. Look for our products at any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District, and always remember to drink Red Ribbon.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Diana from Washington asks, I have a 401k from a company I worked at 30 years ago, and I want to roll over that 401k directly into an IRA account. I'm constantly being told that I have to pay taxes. I have a relative who's been in the business for over 40 years. He says I don't need to pay taxes until I finally take the money out to use. Can you please clarify this for me? Diana, your relative is spot on. If this money goes directly from the old 401k into an IRA rollover, then there's no tax due.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance, making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So you know this, and by the way, I love having Colin's perspectives, kind of sort of why I call him in here, because he's the man. It's been a pleasure actually working with him. But Anthony Coghill makes a great point. He sent me this text, and by the way, he did a hell of a job coming in here. You know what I like? I like the truth, and my man speaks the truth. It's important to note, with all the economic boom the draft will generate, and it will, this is actually smart stuff, it doesn't mean 1 cent to the city's budget or bottom line. In other words, there is no return on investment for city coffers. Nice. I see both sides, but I wouldn't jack with the Steelers on this, man. They commit too much to this town, and I would, if you want to hold a bake sale, you want to have city council members and Gaines people on the side of the road selling lemonade. I swear I would do something. And also, the truth is that the point made is that if Gainey had the relationships he should have with the rich guys in this town, he'd have that $1 million in 10 minutes at a lunch. That's just the truth. And at the end of the day, don't jack with the Steelers on this. They do too much for this town. That economic impact, there's a 55-page report done by a highly regarded accounting firm, and it's legit. Man, if you're from this town and you've lived around the world and worked around this country as I have, you see the impact of the Steelers. It's insane. And the fact is that they're the ones that got this draft here. And that draft ain't going away under any circumstance, $1 million or not. However, what really troubles me is what irritates the hell out of me about big government in general. It was kind of my pet peeve yesterday with Kim Ward, the most powerful woman in the state in state government, has not met with the governor. Has not met with the governor in, what'd she say, 6 months or a year? It was a long time. It was a long time. It was a hell of a long time. And Anthony Coghill, who is a city council member, hasn't met with his mayor, our mayor, in 2 years. That's just bull crap. That's why government fails. As life goes on, in any marriage, if you don't talk to your wife, the marriage goes south. If you don't talk to your boss, your job goes south. If you don't talk to your city council members, who actually control the budget and the purse strings in this town, they're the ones that control the budget. That's their gig. Then it fails. And for a council member to say, I haven't met with the mayor in 2 years, for the most powerful woman in state government to say, I haven't met with the governor in a year, is just wrong. And it's ignorant. And it's why government doesn't work. And this is a flat-out example. Look, this NFL draft ain't going nowhere. But what is happening is Mayor Gainey is creating more bad blood between himself and the Steelers. And that's not a play you want. It just isn't. Hey, man, next hour. So Trump says he has the Teamster support. I've got data. If you're a union guy, if you're a union gal, you got to hear this stuff. If you want to know the truth about the Teamsters. If you want to know why the Teamsters should be supporting Kamala Harris, we're going to lay out for you. And let me tell you this. Recent polling in this state, the most critical state in this election, is swinging wildly towards Kamala Harris. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't. By the way, Anthony Cargill says, I pledge I won't mess with the Steelers. I made the commitment to David Morehouse. If I have to approve this, then I will, and we'll do it. We'll find the money somewhere else. Smart man.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us. Where dreams soak in.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 74 degrees and partly sunny at 11 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado. Arnold's Police Chief Josh Stanga is expected to step down and face criminal theft charges. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has more.
Chief Josh Stanga was placed on administrative leave on August 16th, just 6 months after being named chief. Stanga is set to turn himself in today to be arraigned on theft-related charges. In a request for comment, Stanga told KDKA TV, quote, "I'm just not allowed to say anything at this point, as much as I would like to. As soon as I can speak, I promise I will," end quote. Stanga replaced Chief Eric Doubt in February. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office and Pennsylvania State Police are involved in the investigation. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A Derry Township man is facing sentencing after pleading guilty in Westmoreland County Court this week to child pornography charges. 33-year-old Charles Kirkland was arrested nearly 2 years ago after state police received a tip line report through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Kirkland pled guilty to 2 felony counts, and he'll be sentenced within the next 90 days. The company that provides school bus services for the Ambridge District says part of the problem it's had with getting some students to the classroom on time has to do with new software. Kristen Anthony of ABC Transit told school board members last night they had to replace their software and had mistakenly been using a demo version. That meant they had to do the schedules over and over again.
Once we realized how close it was to the start of school, our staff began to work basically around the clock.
Audio courtesy of KDKA TV. Some parents, though, are still concerned, especially after their kids received tardy notices, even though it was the school bus that made them show up late. We've been hearing a lot in the news about household pests like bedbugs, spotted lanternflies, and stink bugs, but what about mice? Dr. Chad Gore, an entomologist with Early Pest Control, tells the Big K Morning Show that they've been getting a lot of calls about mice these days.
Mice have really kind of blown up for us as a key pest, and we deal with them a lot more than we've ever dealt with them.
He says they can be very difficult to control.
And that's why it's really best to make sure that even in apartments, your apartment is well sealed, that the building envelope in general is well sealed to try to keep them out in the first place.
He says mice can get in and out of holes as small as a dime. Fall allergies are not just problematic for humans. Dr. Mike Hutchinson of Animal General in Cranberry says allergies during this time of year can be frustrating for pets as well.
Fall allergies are the worst. So it seems like, we say 70%, but it seems like 90% of the cases are allergy related.
Wow.
Skin issues, itching, scratching, coughing, sneezing. A lot of pets, cats and dogs.
He says the good news is that symptoms are manageable, at least until the first frost comes along, which should put an end to most of those symptoms. On Wall Street right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is 391 points higher. The Nasdaq is also up 424 points, and the S&P 500 higher by 86 points. KDKA Sports, the Pirates look to wrap up their so far fruitless visit to the St. Louis Cardinals, hoping to end a 4-game losing streak. Luis Ortiz is the probable pitcher for the Bucks. You can hear the game on 93.7 The Fan. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Time to call Shenderovich, and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS.
Hey, folks. Marty here. I have known Bob Tootie since high school. 50 years. In that time, I have watched him build the best HVAC company I've ever seen. Commercial, industrial, residential. The pricing, the professionalism, the compassion, the kindness, the Heat for the Needy campaign. Amazing. Tootie Mechanical, 412-307-4699.
One person dies from heart disease every 33 seconds. Do everything you can not to be the one. Understanding your risk factors, like your cholesterol, blood pressure, and BMI, could save your life. Our experts at the nationally recognized UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute are here to help you get your heart health on track. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to schedule an appointment. KDKA is supported by Friendship Village of South Hills. Friendship, it's in the name. With recent renovations almost complete, this resort-style senior living community delivers amenities, personalized services, and hospitality to Pittsburgh area residents in search of a stable future, new connections, and new adventures. More information can be found at friendshipvillagepa.com.
Long live the king! Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 29th. It's entertainment, it's fantasy.
It's an adventure to the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers and musicians, comedy, games, fine arts and crafts. Eat, drink and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghgrandfest.com.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Alan Gamble, what's up?
All right, a couple of issues out on the area roads. Marty Cruiser on the scene of an accident on Pyramid Avenue and Sankey Avenue. So at that intersection in Brentwood Borough, you will find it to be a busy scene. We're getting reports of a vehicle fire with crews headed to the scene in the 3000 block of Piney Bluff Drive. That's in South Park Township. Elsewhere around the commute, Parkway West continues to be heavy, backing at the top of Green Tree Hill as you head for those Fort Pitt tunnels at downtown. Parkway East inbound just has some minor delays between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be warm this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 83, then mainly clear tonight with a low of 58. Sunshine mixing with clouds tomorrow and very warm in the afternoon with a high of 84 to 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control. We'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Bringing it today. Bringing some heat. I find this fascinating. First of all, I got to play the delusional soundbite of the day. Look, you can love Trump all you want. That's fine. But this is, this is so way out there that my man needs Jesus. Listen to this. Play the Elvis thing, please, Ryan.
So I'd call up my wife and I'd say, baby, who could draw crowds? Nobody can draw crowds like me. Nobody, not even close. I'm the greatest of all time, maybe greater even than Elvis, because Elvis had a guitar. I don't have a guitar. Elvis had a guitar. I don't have the privilege of a guitar.
That's just so grimy, man. Anthony Coghill, who was in here for an hour, and I love him being here and telling the truth about what happened with the city of Pittsburgh and that $1 million. Before I get to what I'm about to get to, sent me a note. He has not met with the mayor of Pittsburgh in 3 years. Now, this is a very assertive, hardworking, 24/7 city council member who gives a damn about his constituents and loves this town and works his ass off, has not met with the mayor in 3 years. It's just stupid. And it doesn't work, man. Look at it this way. And I'm not suggesting the mayor is his boss, but the mayor is the mayor. It's my same thing with Kim Ward, who I've known for 20 years, and Shapiro, who I've known for at least, 6, 7. If you don't meet with the boss, then you don't like the boss. And what happens is animus develops, a miscommunication. You get feedback through text messaging and other crap that just doesn't work. So the fact that Coghill hasn't met with the mayor in 3 years just says all I need to know about why the city's breaking down. That just sucks. If I had a boss and I didn't meet with that boss for 3 years, I'd be kind of in a disillusioned place. Look, I kind of do my own thing, as you probably know by now. But my point is that there's constant feedback from different people here, including PJ Kamenchik and SPAC. And what we have is a failure to communicate. And Kohan Luke, by the way. And the fact is, if you don't communicate, you fail. So all the stuff about numbers aside, the fact that the mayor hasn't met with a council member in 3 years is just bogus. All right? All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So this was dumped on me yesterday when play the second bite with Trump and the Teamsters, because this is actually what... That's all right. Yesterday, the Teamsters has, by the way, supported the Democratic nominee for president for 60 years.
They are outstanding.
Hold on.
Our outstanding Secret Service agents. I love the Teamsters. We won the overwhelming majority of the local chapters and the members.
But for the first time since 1996, the union did not endorse a presidential candidate, stating that neither Trump nor Vice President Harris provided serious commitments to the group.
How about that? So Trump took the no endorsement as an endorsement. They haven't failed to support a Democratic presidential candidate in 60 years. So this is kind of a big deal. And I'm not discounting that or ignoring that, but that's the national Teamsters. Let me tell you what the truth is here in Pennsylvania, because I found this out from a big shot union leaders in this region and in Pennsylvania where this election will be decided. So forget what they're saying on CBS Morning Show. Forget that Trump is saying he's got the Teamsters locked up and they love the Teamsters and he loves them and he's Elvis and all that other stuff. And they eat cats and dogs in Springfield. Forget all that stuff. Remember this. I'm going to tell you this. Right now, these are facts. Polling in Pennsylvania, polling in Western Pennsylvania shows, and these are their words, not mine, quote, a massive shift, end quote. A massive shift in support for Kamala Harris, and I asked why. Here's what they said. Blacks and women. So I've talked about the 48%. Trump has 48% support. Kamala Harris has 48% support. The 2% are starting to move. And that's why Trump is in a panic. But there's more to this. There is a definite, distinct breakdown in cash flow. If you're a union member, if you're a Teamster, and I have this, the data from the Teamsters Union. This isn't Marty Griffin speak. This isn't far left speak. This isn't Kamala Harris speak. This is data from the Teamsters. If you're a Teamsters Union member and you're out there working, you're going to make a lot less money in Western Pennsylvania and Pennsylvania if Trump is president. And the Teamsters provided me with the facts to prove that. I want to hear from union guys who are supporting Trump and they don't care what they make. 866-391-1020. I want to hear from union guys supporting Trump, and they don't care what they make. 866-391-1020. The data next, folks. You're going to love it. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Ellen Gamble, what's up out there?
A couple of accidents. One first, Marty in Brentwood Borough. Crews on the scene of this one. It's at Pyramid Avenue at the intersection with Sankey Avenue. First responders are also rolling up to an accident on State Route 908's ramps to Route 28. So that's in Harrison Township. If you're trying to make your way to Route 28 in that area, you'll find some slowdowns there. Just a few slowdowns on the Parkway West at this hour. Stop and go traffic at times in the Parkway Center Mall area down to and through those Fort Pitt tunnels. The outbound ride toward the airport's a good one. Parkway East inbound just slows between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
We want you back after this break. Heart disease kills one person every 33 seconds. Schedule your heart screening at UPMC today.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson with your Lowe's weekend weather update. It's been a pretty dry month so far, and we're going to see mostly dry weather throughout the weekend with intervals of clouds and sunshine. It is going to be pretty warm for late September. Afternoon high temperatures will be in the mid-80s on Saturday, and even on Sunday will still be close to the 80-degree mark. Lowe's knows it's easier to make the right calls when you have the right team. Download the Lowe's app to get our home improvement playbook in your hands so you can get our team's expertise anytime.
Hi, it's Paul Alexander with a great deal for my friends at Renewal by Anderson. Buy one window, patio door, or entry door and get the next one 40% off. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door. Now is your chance to save big on incredible windows, custom made specifically for your home for maximum comfort and energy efficiency. Don't miss out on this incredible sale from Renewal by Anderson, your one-stop shop for superior quality windows and doors. Renewal by Anderson has extended their 31-day sales event. Buy one, get one 40% off all windows, patio doors, and entry doors when you buy 4 or more. That's 40% off. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door with no minimum purchase. Special financing is available. Call by September 30th. 412-448-9090. 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. For offer and warranty details, visit renewalbyanderson.com.
Something magical happens every day at your neighborhood library. Kids can connect to their wildest imaginations while teens can meet, greet, and retreat. Libraries are also work hubs, community centers, meeting places, skill builders, entertainers, and world expanders. Love your library. Make a donation today.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
That's Sadie, man. Sadie. I know it's Sade. Easy, big fellas. Hey, he's an idiot. He calling Sade Sadie. So, this is like the truth. This is like, as kids say, hey, Dad, this is like the truth, like. And this comes from union guys. And by the way, I completely understand. I was telling my father-in-law, who I love to death, Gary Sorensen, last night, and this is the truth, and the truth will set you free, that, and Patrick knows this because he listens to this and he hears me on the phone. Most of my friends that are cops, and I know a ton of them, are supporting Trump. Most of my friends that are firefighters are supporting Trump. This is the truth, man. Most of the guys I know that are in labor are supporting Trump. It's just the truth. And their internal polling shows this. It's just the way it is. He's what, by the way, my daughter goes to Pitt. She sent me some videos of this, a young kid, very conservative, a MAGA guy, a Trump guy, speaking on the Pitt campus yesterday. And I looked at the video and I sent Sophia a text. I said, they're all boys. She said, yeah, 95% of them are boys. This is not a lie. My daughter Chloe's friends at school that are boys all support Trump. And my son, who's 13, his friends like Trump. This is the truth. He's what many people would describe as a guy's guy. Am I in the ballpark here, Patrick, in terms of what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I see this with my friends who are military, cops, in the trades.
Right. Truckers.
Yeah.
You name it. And whether you like this or not, these are just the facts of the case. And I find it kind of fascinating because one of the most prominent union leaders in this country, who I love, Phil Amorous, said this to us on the air, that Joe Biden, it's just the truth and it's all there on paper, bailed out during COVID all of the union pensions with $25 billion. Trump wouldn't do that. I am not campaigning for anyone here. I'm just telling you what the truth is, and it's in the budget. You can see it. $25 billion. And then sent this, which is actually fascinating. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and Phil Amorous has also narrated this on the air before. And again, I'm just preaching the facts based on what we heard yesterday from union leaders nationwide that they're not endorsing Kamala Harris. I'm not asking them to. I'm just telling the truth. And how men think with emotionally. Hey, man, that Trump, he's cool, man. But Trump didn't give you $25 billion for your pension. Biden did. Hey, man, that Trump's cool. But according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, under Trump's Project 25 plan, listen, wages will be reduced for union members, union jobs, by $15 to $20 an hour in Chambersburg and Waynesboro, PA, Erie, PA, Lancaster, PA, Lebanon, PA. They will be reduced by $20 to $25 in Allentown, Bethlehem, PA, Easton, PA, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, PA, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Hazeltown, PA, York, Hanover, PA. This is data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and how, if Trump becomes president, your wages will be affected. Just saying. This is not my data. Again, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics provided to me by the Teamsters, quite frankly, wages in these towns, Altoona, Bloomsburg, East Stroudsburg, Gettysburg, Harrisburg, Carlisle, Johnstown, Philadelphia, Camden, New Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland, Reading, PA, State College, PA, Williamsport, and Pittsburgh, reduced $25 to $30 an hour. Just saying. Yet somehow union guys are supporting Trump. Tell me why. I'm curious as hell from you union guys out there. 866-391-1020. Tell me why. 866-391-1020. I'm kind of a money guy. So if I have two guys coming in to run a company, and they say to me first, Marty, this is kind of your choice who's going to run the company. The one guy's going to give you $100,000 a year, and the other guy's going to give you $50,000 a year. I don't care if the guy giving me $100,000 has 6 eyes, 7 legs, and groans all day. I'm going with that guy. I'm chasing the money, honey. I'm too old, man, to care about Trump thinking he's Elvis. I think it's silly. I just do. I think it's silly. I'm a money guy. And I'm saying to union guys out there, tell me why, considering what I just read to you, these aren't Marty Griffin numbers. I'm not campaigning for Kamala Harris here. I'm telling you what the numbers dictate. And why are union guys, men predominantly, voting for Trump? Is it just ignorant? Is it just manly? Is Trump manly? I think that's what it is. I think guys like his style. Yeah, man, Trump says what he wants. Okay. All right. I'm cool with that. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just telling you what the Teamsters are telling me. And Philip Amherst is one of the most highly regarded union leaders in America. No jazz there. No BS. Ask anyone. Just saying. My friend, Sean. Although I'm not supporting Trump, I'm a Teamster Local 249, and it blows my mind that all the members I know are supporting Trump, even though Biden is the reason why they still have a pension. That's the truth. Hey, Sean. I'm with you, brother. I'm a numbers guy and a money guy. Without Biden, you have no pension right now. Go ahead, Jimmy. Thanks for holding, man.
Hey, Marty, thanks a lot. One, it's kind of insulting how you're talking. Like, oh, you're Trump's guy. we're more professional than that, Marty. And two, he already said multiple times, just like the Charlottesville thing, he's not supporting Project 25. I don't know why you guys keep bringing it up. Two,
this is from your union. This is from your union, man, not mine.
I'm not a union guy, Marty. And two,
and without Biden, you have no pension, guy.
I don't. I have my own retirement. I'm not a union, Marty.
Oh, well, then you don't count in this conversation. You're just angry. Let me guess. You like Elvis. You know Elvis's song that I love? Jailhouse Rock. And two, because that's how they talk. Man, like, hey, man, I love Trump. I'm a money guy. I welcome your call, buddy, but I asked for union guys, and you're not a union guy, and you don't have a pension, so you don't care. You don't have a horse in this race. I want to hear from a union guy. Bob, go ahead. Bob.
Yeah, Marty, I guess union guys are becoming more intelligent and aware of what's going on.
Are you a union guy?
They just don't believe the rhetoric that you spew anymore.
Are you a union guy?
Yes.
I guess not from the silence. Just one union guy, please call here. The facts are the facts. Without Biden, you have no pension. This is from the union. From the union, not Marty. Could one damn union guy call this show instead of these wannabes? These Elvis lovers. Just one. Sam, are you a union guy?
I am, Marty.
Okay, go ahead then. You have permission to speak.
I just had a question. You keep referencing that Biden saved that pension. He was president at the time,
He
correct?
was. Thanks for your help on that. Yes.
Okay, and Trump was not. So
he wasn't, but Trump's the one who's going to jack with your pay, big time, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So why support him?
That was that was my other question.
Yeah.
How is the pay scale going to go from $20 to $25? How are you going to lose $20 to $25 in your pay?
They're going to cut wages. They're going to cut the wages being paid, the standard wage being paid to union guys, which you know happens on every job. Ran out of time. Thanks for your calls, folks.
California Psychics is the real deal. They helped me out, totally changed my attitude, totally got me psyched to start my business and to take a new path in my life.
At California Psychics, we only connect our customers with the best. We reject 98% of the psychics who apply to us, so we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey. Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
It's the final day of our 2-day sale. Today, September 19th at Coons Market.
Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese, 8-ounce boxes, 2 for $4. Whole bone-in shoulder pork butts, $1.79 a pound. And California shelled walnuts, 1-pound bag, $2.49 each. Come see us at Coons.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 76 degrees and mostly cloudy at 11:30. I'm David Ballarado.
This just in. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
New development in the case of that missing woman from Ligonier whose body was found yesterday. The Westmoreland County District Attorney's Office says the man responsible for the death of Amy Shipley has committed suicide. Investigators say they were prepared to arrest Shipley's live-in boyfriend, Robert Angelo, this morning, but they discovered he had killed himself once they had arrived. A Pittsburgh councilman rips the mayor's pledge to spend $1 million on 2026 in the NFL draft. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has these details.
The idea behind the bill is to let the city's tourism bureau visit Pittsburgh handle what is expected to be one of the biggest tourist events the region has ever seen. However, Councilman Anthony Coghill tells KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin he was not informed about the $1 million deal.
You think you would check with the bankers, that's city council. We approve every and any dollar that's spent or allocated. So you'd think they, would smooth that over before it hit the press. And I have to explain to my constituents that you're not going to be getting the services that you expect over the next 3 years because we're broke.
When Coghill was asked if council has the $1 million, he tells Griffin,
No, we do not have $1 million.
You don't have $1 million anyway.
Coghill says he's introducing legislation to come up with other resources to pay for it. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Stocks are higher. The Dow is up 430 points, the Nasdaq up 481, and the S&P 500 is higher by 96 points. KDKA Radio News Time 11:31. Our next update's at noon. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Our house is 80 years old, maybe 90. Has a couple bathrooms. We had a plumber in there fixing one of the bathrooms. He said the fixtures were 30 years old. It's old. It needs updated. We got the Bath Authority coming out. Look, here's why I love them. It's modern. Everything they make is durable. Everything they make is custom. Everything they make is low maintenance. Walk-in tubs, great. Replacement showers, great. Tub-to-shower conversions, great. This is the best chance for you to get a new bath, the Bath Authority. 412-249-1140. 412-249-1140. Get $1,500 off a new shower or bath and 36 months of interest-free financing. Bath Authority, 412-249-1140.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 29th. It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at pittsburghgrandfest.com.
Your neighbor Mike loves the summers in Pittsburgh, but he hates to paint, so he called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received a postcard from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield's formulated for our specific climate here in Pittsburgh.
We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield has partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers.
The thing about Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
If you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862, TTY 711 to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. Alan Gamble, what's up?
All right, a fistful of accidents here, Marty. This one at the Pittsburgh's north side, if you will. Accident on West North Avenue at Monterey Street. Crews are working with that. Crews also working with an accident in the 800 block of Evergreen Avenue in Millvale Borough. And first responders continue to work an accident on State Route 908's ramps to Route 28 in Harrison Township. So watch out for very heavy traffic through that busy intersection. Elsewhere around the late morning commute, your inbound ride on the Parkway West greets you with heavy traffic at the top of Green Tree Hill ahead of the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today and warm this afternoon with a high of 83. Then for tonight, mainly clear, though 58. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy and very warm, high 84 to 88. AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, working through the week. It's Thursday. Got an exciting show planned for you today. Can't wait. 2 to 6. Colin Dunlap, Radio KDK.
I'd call up my wife and I'd say, baby, who could draw crowds? Nobody can draw crowds like me. Nobody, not even close. I'm the greatest of all time, maybe greater even than Elvis, because Elvis had a guitar. I don't have a guitar. Elvis had a guitar. I don't have the privilege of a guitar.
Yeah. So, recent polling, and you might not want to hear this, the union guys are getting all angry now, but union polling in Pennsylvania shows a big shift in union support toward Kamala Harris in two major areas, blacks and women. So you know. Doug, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Yes, Marty.
It is. It's a pleasure of you to be on this show, sir.
I'm from Johnstown.
Yeah, I love Johnstown. Got a bunch of cousins there.
If everybody in this state would vote like Cambridge County does, we'd be a red state instead of a blue state.
What's your point, sir?
What my point is, you Pittsburgh and you Philadelphia put our Democrats in.
We did.
That's what. Yes.
That's actually true. I can't argue with you. Yeah, it's actually fascinating what he's saying. Hold on. If you look at a map, what my man is actually shocking. Actually, what my man is saying is spot on. So, if you look at a map of the voting, and I'll tell you what it does too, Doug, that's why I love this call. It shows you how divided we are politically. So if you look at a map of an election, recent presidential election, you look at Pittsburgh, my man, and it's all what color, sir? Blue. As soon as you leave Pittsburgh, it's red. And then if you go toward Philly, it's actually kind of true. What he's saying is spot on. Go to Philly, same thing, brother. You'll see little.
Why is it?
You'll see little pimples of this different coloration around the state in terms of some Democrats, but it's all red versus blue. It's actually fascinating.
But why is it?
I can't tell you.
You can't tell me.
I can't. No, I can't.
You people put Fetterman in even wearing sweatpants. That's how educated you Pittsburgh people are.
You seem a little angry.
I am angry because I was a steel worker for 35 years working at the City of Johnstown sewage plant.
Oh, wow, nice.
And the Steelworkers Union is the worst union in the country, and the FOP is the best. Now tell me I'm wrong.
I love cops, and I'm very close to the FOP president here, so I can't argue with you. And I also think, hold on, I also think that the Steelworkers Union has sold out union workers regarding preserving U.S. Steel here in Pittsburgh.
Did you know that I couldn't go to the union meetings because my rep found out I was a Republican, and me and him had a major fight, and I told the rest of the gang there, I can't say it on the radio what I said, but I never went to another union meeting ever.
I could see why that would be frustrating, sir. I could.
And they talk about safety at our plant. Now they're working by themselves down there at the plant on the weekends. Can you believe that? Working by themselves at the plant? And you drive 403, the first lights you come to is the sewage plant.
Thanks, my man. I love your call. And by the way, I love your... Well, that's me. That's my fault. I do that all the time. Brian, go ahead. I love this call. Love this passion. Go ahead, Brian.
Hey, Marty, I'm a Teamsters Local 205.
Nice.
And I would say that around our shop, it's either 80% Trump voters to 20% or 90 to 10.
I believe it. I believe it.
And most of us probably think the pensions won't be there anyway.
Wow.
When we're ready to go.
Wow, that's actually not a bad observation. I think a lot of people feel that way.
So
I get it. But why, hold on. Help me with this.
Yep.
Why, considering all the Looney Tune stuff he says, is there so much union support of Trump? Especially men.
I don't know that.
Especially men.
The Elvis stuff and
Yeah.
just the other stuff he says, you just wish he'd keep his mouth shut, you know?
Don't you?
And, I mean, it almost to the point where I'm ready to just not vote, but not vote for either one of them.
I've heard this too. No, I've heard this a lot. I had this very talk with my father-in-law last night. It's just fascinating what happens when he opens his mouth. If he would just talk about income and jobs and housing and food costs, he would crush it, and he just can't help himself. I find it laughable. The only thing, and you know what I tell my wife and all my closest friends that are all successful, and I have a bunch of friends that do all right, for the Griffins, for me personally, Monday goes to Tuesday, man. It just does. But most of the men that I know that work with their hands are Trump supporters. Cops, bus drivers, tow truck drivers. One of my boys, Joey, who's the best tow truck driver I've ever known, says, I got to support Trump. Regardless of the fact that Biden bailed out the pension to the tune of $25 billion, it doesn't matter. And the numbers we're citing in terms of changing wages, that would be the taxes imposed on middle-class families. And that's what people are talking about. Go ahead, Tom. Thanks for holding. Sorry about that. I got my phone screwed up.
Two things. One is, man. Why isn't the Teamsters president of the United States Teamsters spoke at the National Republican Convention for over a half an hour endorsing Trump?
He didn't yesterday.
He didn't have to yesterday. I'm just telling you what happened. I watched the thing.
Maybe you did, but I'm just telling you they didn't endorse anyone now. But Trump considers that endorsed. Just tell me the truth. Why are so many union guys Trump guys?
Why? Because they see the writing on the wall. They see the capital gains tax that they want to impose on your real estate. They see the capital gains
They have that
tax.
now. They have that now, sir.
No. I'm talking about unrealized capital gains tax.
What's this have to do with union workers?
What does this have to do with union workers?
Yeah.
They all have stocks.
Does it matter at all? Does it matter at all that Biden put $25 billion in your pension fund?
Just like that's buying votes. That's all that was buying votes. It's just like opening up the borders.
Yeah. All right, well, man. I love the calls, and I love all the feedback. It's important. I learned so much on the show from all these guys. All men, though, by the way, calling in. It's fascinating. Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to retire. I'm 66. I worked for two unions, the South Penn Employees Union, the local for oil producers.
Nice.
And United Steelworkers at Kane Screen.
Nice.
You can't trust the union. They had NAFTA.
Nice.
That went through with the Clinton era.
I get
They
it.
blame Bush and says it was great. It was the guys told us how great that was going to be for us.
I get it.
And all them jobs that went to Mexico.
I get it.
You know?
So hold on. What do you think? Do you think they'll save U.S. Steel here?
I hope they do,
Yeah,
but
me
I don't
too.
think they will.
You don't think they will?
I think U.S. Steel will just up and leave Pittsburgh.
Go to Arkansas.
Or somewhere. They already have plants in Korea. When I worked, I put an oil well in 3 years ago. There was two pieces of steel made in America in it.
Wow.
Beams on the jack and the balls on the valve.
They have a new plant in Arkansas. And most of the steel, he's right, made in cars today is not made in the United States. By the way, from my boys in the Teamsters who know what they're talking about, Sean Russell never endorsed Trump at the convention. He was asked to speak, and he spoke. Thank you, Sean. You're the man. We'll be right back. I love all the calls, by the way. Even the guys that are angry. In fact, I like angry people. They're passionate. From the PJ Fitzpatrick, I love Elvis. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic Power by I call my wife.
Come on, sing for me, Marty. I want to hear an Elvis song. There you go.
What's up out there, Ellen?
Oh, goodness. Accidents. All kinds of accidents here. Penn Hill's getting reports of an accident on Verona Road at Sandy Creek Road. Do watch out for crews headed to the scene there. Accident on the Pittsburgh's north side. You do have on West North Avenue at Monterey Street. Crews working with an accident there. 800 block of Evergreen Avenue in Millvale Borough. We have crews working with one there. And first responders still busy with an accident on State Route 908's ramps to Route 28 in Harrison Township with AAA traffic. I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
So, we're a Bowser family. We have 4 Bowser cars. We have a Hyundai. My wife does. Santa Fe loves it. We have 2 Santa Fe's. We also have a bunch of Bowser service folks that help us so much. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. I had a slow leak, and it turned out I needed 4 new tires in my Genesis. This is a true story. So I take it to this tire joint down the street to replace all 4 tires, which you have to do in that kind of car. $1,200. $1,200. So I call Bowser because they have amazing, amazing, amazing service people. $700. So I save $500 by using the amazing service people at Bowser. It's the beauty of Bowser. So we got Subarus, we got Hyundais, we got the Genesis, but we got one team that really, really cares about Bowser customers because we're part of the Bowser family. It's a great, great thing.
Do you have shoeboxes full of photos? Today only, radio listeners get VIP access to the new Photo Legacy Box. Get your family's photos professionally scanned for as low as 7 cents, which is 76% less than what other brands charge. As the world's largest digitizer, you know you can trust Legacy Box to digitize your entire collection of 4x6 photos. Everything from the embarrassing haircut you had in the 90s to photos of your great-grandma's wedding. Visit legacybox.com/value to get 200 photos scanned starting at just $19.95. Oh, and don't forget, Legacy Box also digitizes over 15 other types of analog media. So you can get your favorite memories on VHS or Grandpa's film reels from the 40s digitized too. Take advantage of this exclusive offer on the new Photo Legacy Box today and preserve your past for as low as 7 cents. Go to legacybox.com/value. That's legacybox.com/value.
Tune in to KDKA Radio every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for On the Money with Secure Money Advisors. Brian Caranta has tips that will make sure your retirement and income plan is ready to help provide you with a comfortable, secure retirement.
Just 2 years ago, Bob Casey told us his vote for $1 trillion spending spree would miraculously reduce inflation. Casey promised his vote
will reduce inflation.
Have you been to a grocery store lately? Did Casey reduce anything except his credibility? In fact, it was Bob Casey's vote for reckless spending that caused this inflation in the first place. Casey voted 98% of the time for Biden's failed agenda. Biden's reckless spending that drove up prices, Casey voted for it. Funding sanctuary cities that protected illegal immigrants from deportation, Casey voted for it. Letting biological men compete against our daughters in their sports, Casey voted for that too. Higher prices, funding sanctuary cities, letting men compete in girls' sports. Casey voted for it all. Bob Casey failed. We need a big change to get back on track. To change Washington, it's time to fire Bob Casey. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loan to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
UPMC is redefining cardiac care for women.
The #1 killer of women is heart disease.
UPMC McGee Women's Heart Program is the only integrated women's health and heart provider in the state.
We have by far the most comprehensive cardiac care in the region and across the nation. Literally, the world experts in cardiac care are in this institution.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Public filings in a lease reported to the Business Times reveals that Biohaven Pharmaceutical Holding Company, a New Haven-based life sciences firm that describes itself as a biopharmaceutical company focused on the discovery, development, and commercialization of life-changing treatments, has taken a lease for nearly 36,500 square feet at the Assembly. In a quarterly report registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission in March, the company detailed the basics of the new commitment, reporting the new Pittsburgh Center Avenue lease will be used for lab space. The company is working to leave a current office of about 20,000 square feet at 2100 Wharton Street in the South Side. Also, Google.org, the search giant's philanthropic arm, has announced a $250,000 donation to Pennsylvania 4-H, the state arm of a nationwide youth development organization. Alongside this announcement, the company hosted 4-H students at its Pittsburgh offices. The $250,000 will be sub-granted to the National 4-H Council, which will then distribute the funds to the Pennsylvania 4-H Connected Communities AI and Agriculture Initiative program. This program was developed to help train students from rural areas to utilize AI effectively. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Can you play the Elvis thing one more time? I just can't believe that this guy wants to be president again, and you folks like this.
So I'd call up my wife, and I'd say, baby, who could draw crowds? Nobody can draw crowds like me. Nobody, not even close. I'm the greatest of all time, maybe greater even than Elvis, because Elvis had a guitar. I don't have a guitar. Elvis had a guitar. I don't have the privilege of a guitar.
There you go. I don't know. He doesn't listen to anyone. I told you this. My father-in-law, Gary's a very politically active Republican, and I love him. He's been insanely successful, and I love his advice. But he said, and I was talking to him about this last night, this ridiculousness about Trump, that if he would just shut up when it comes to this idiotic, ignorant stuff he says every day. You just sit there every night waiting, what's next? This is the latest, greatest hit of idiocy. And if he would just shut up and focus on housing, you can't afford a house, you can't buy a car, you can't buy groceries. If he would just do that, if he would just show charts of inflation and what it costs for filet or ground beef for daycare, he would crush it. He would be an easy win. And all these Teamsters calling saying that they all love Trump. Okay, that's fine, but I'm just telling you, your own people told me last night that their most recent polling in Pennsylvania says a big shift in the polls toward Kamala Harris from two groups, blacks and women. I believe it. I believe it. Guys like Trump. My daughter, who I love to death, obviously, Sophia, she sent me a video yesterday from an appearance on campus of a young guy, conservative guy. What's his name, Patrick?
Charlie Kirk.
It was actually a very cool crowd.
And Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah. Who ran for president. There were probably... Now, the trip said 100 people. That's ridiculous. There were hundreds there, maybe 1,000. Very nice crowd. No animus. All young men. A couple women. And my daughter noticed that. Guys like Trump. Just the truth. How about Lucci? Why don't you ever play the dumb things Kamala says? Just wondering. Send them to me. Grab something from yesterday. I'll play it. Help me out, Lucci. I love this name. Lucci DeFranco, Casilla. Send them to me. This just comes up every morning with Trump. All over. And I look at everything. I look at everything. Yeah, I don't have recent dumb Kamala stuff. I just don't. But send it to me. I'll play it, of course. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, hello, Marty.
Thanks for hanging in there. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Yeah, you started off your segment by reading off all these times where Teamsters, I guess other union members, are going to lose money if they vote for Trump.
That's from your guys. Are you a Teamster?
No, I'm actually a retired member of the CWA.
Oh, nice.
But, I understand the union philosophy, so I feel I'm qualified to comment.
Absolutely. Run out of time, though. Come on, man. Make it brief.
Okay, I would caution these Teamsters and all those times if they vote for Harris, there's a better than even chance that they won't even have a job. She'll have her illegals driving their trucks for half the pay that they're making now.
Where do you live?
So they might want to think that they vote for
Where do you live?
I live in Economy Borough.
There are no illegals in Economy Borough. And if there are, there's like 2. That's the dumbest thing I heard all morning. I'm not saying you're dumb, sir, but I'm saying that's the dumbest thing I heard all morning. It just is. It makes no sense. It's just not true. I use Western Pennsylvania as an example, less than 1%. I'm just telling you, man. And this crap that they're committing all the crimes right now in the Allegheny County Jail, there's several thousand inmates, less than 100 are immigrants, so you know. It's all good. And for Bob to say that is why he likes Trump, because he exaggerates, because that would never happen in the history of man. It's just hyperbole. And Bob's angry about it. There's no circumstance in life by which illegals will be driving half the trucks of Teamsters. Ever. Ever under any circumstance of Pennsylvania history. And I challenge anyone, including Lucci, who's going to send me videos of Kamala Harris acting stupid. Examples. I'm all in. Just the facts, ma'am.
You're in hot water, mister.
What'd I do?
I told you months ago our utility bills were getting higher because of that old outdated tank water heater.
Maybe it's time we finally switch to a Navien tankless.
Learn about Navient's high-efficiency tankless water heaters, endless hot water, all while helping you save on your energy costs.
Hey, look at this. Our utility bill is lower since we got the Navien tankless water heater.
Who's in hot water now?
We are, all the time.
Learn more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
You can live out your MasterChef dreams when you find a professional on Angie to tackle your dream kitchen remodel. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
Hey, it's Marty. I go back 20 years with Phil DiVicente, one of the best lawyers in the country and one of my close friends. And, I mean, they handle unbelievable cases, fraud, criminal cases, big-time product liability and medical malpractice cases, the experts. And Phil gets it right. We have been using him on air for nearly 20 years. GetPhil.com. 800-438-7445.
Are you paying too much for prescription drugs? Other pharmacies take a $5 drug and charge $300, but not at Blueberry Pharmacy. We introduced the Cost Plus model over 4 years ago, ensuring transparent and fair pricing. From our North Hills location, Blueberry Pharmacy services Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. We apply the same pricing principle to everything from blood pressure medication to chemotherapy drugs. Enjoy exceptional service where you can talk to a real person like me. Call us at 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 77 degrees and partly sunny at 12 o'clock. I'm David Valerano. A Pittsburgh City Councilman rips the mayor's pledge to spend $1 million on the 2026 NFL Draft. News Radio KDK's Samira Rush has details.
The idea behind the bill is to let the city's tourism bureau visit Pittsburgh handle what is expected to be one of the biggest tourist events the region has ever seen. However, Councilman Anthony Coghill tells KDKA Radio's Marty Griffin he was not informed about the $1 million deal.
You think you would check with the bankers, that's city council. We approve every and any dollar that's spent or allocated. So you'd think they, would smooth that over before it hit the press. And I have to explain to my constituents that you're not going to be getting the services that you expect over the next 3 years because we're broke.
When Coghill was asked if council has the $1 million, he tells Griffin,
no, we do not have $1 million.
You don't have $1 million anyway.
Coghill says he's introducing legislation to come up with other resources to pay for it. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
And Tamira just spoke with Council President Daniel Lavelli, who tells her the city does have the resources. Stay with us with more throughout the day on that story. A dramatic turn in the investigation into the disappearance of a woman from Ligonier. Westmoreland County officials say as they went to arrest their suspect, they found him dead, the victim of suicide. Police say they had determined that Robert Angelo was responsible for the death of 45-year-old Amy Shipley, whose body was found in a makeshift grave yesterday at her Cook Township home. They obtained a warrant for his arrest and discovered he had killed himself as they arrived. Westmoreland County District Attorney Nicole Ziccarelli says the investigation into Shipley's death is still active and ongoing. The Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium says it's received a major achievement. It's received accreditation from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which the zoo calls a gold standard designation. It means the zoo's operations were thoroughly examined, including factors such as animal well-being, conservation and education programs, and visitor safety. The zoo says the vote to grant them this accreditation was unanimous. Sales of existing homes in the U.S. fell 2.5% in August compared to the month before, and that's the slowest pace in nearly a year. Jessica Louds is the deputy chief economist at the National Association of Realtors. She says as interest rates come down, the market could become friendlier for home buyers.
We know that right now the biggest challenge in the housing market continues to be housing inventory. So if we see a lot of first-time home buyers being able to jump back into the market, perhaps they've been priced out in the last year and now they're coming back in, that could really put a lot of demand into the housing market. And home builders are also less reluctant when rates lower. There would be more building activity and that could bring more inventory in as well.
On Wall Street, stocks are higher. The Dow up 445, the Nasdaq higher by 471, and the S&P 500 is up 96 points. In sports, the Pirates wrap up their series in St. Louis tonight. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of five-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to call Shenderovich and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. It's 77 degrees and partly sunny in Pittsburgh.
September is Bowser Truck Month at Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. And you can get great deals on more than just your average truck. Get ready to drive into the future with the Chevrolet Silverado EV. With its sleek design, cutting-edge technology, and impressive range, this electric truck is perfect for adventures and daily commutes. Right now, get rates as low as 0% for up to 48 months on the Silverado EV at Bowser Chevrolet. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $464 applies with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends October 1st. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. BowserChevrolet.com.
Want more? Sure you do. More friends, a little more time, a few more laughs. More is a good thing, unless you're talking about risk of serious illness from a respiratory virus. But as we get older, we're more at risk for severe flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Worst birthday presents ever, right? But vaccines lower your risk, so you can keep doing more of all life's good stuff. Get started at vaccines.gov. Risk less, do more. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
You know my boy JK. He's the Oakmont Restaurant King. If you've seen him driving around Oakmont on a Vespa, here's why. He's going to open up a couple of weeks. The best Italian restaurant in this town. Stand by, folks. Michael A's. It will have the best food. I've seen it. It is beautiful. It'll have the best service. It'll have the best menu you've ever seen. Oakmont, Michael A's, coming soon.
Do you like to save money? Do you like fine jewelry? Hi, this is Joe Urbanowitz of Urbanowitz Jewelers, inviting you to our 42nd anniversary sale, where you can save up to 40% on most everything in the store. It's our biggest sale ever, so take advantage of the area's largest unique collection of diamond and gemstone jewelry. Also, register to win one of 4 $1,000 shopping sprees. No purchase necessary. Urbanowitz Jewelers, Castee Village, and Peters Township. Hurry's Hill ends September 30th.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today and warm this afternoon with a high of 83. Then for tonight, mainly clear, though 58. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy and very warm, high 84 to 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? I got, in the next hour, by the way, I got David Morehouse with the Steelers, who I love. We're going to talk about money, and we're going to talk about the NFL draft and the Steelers and their commitment to this town, the economic impact, and the mayor and city council, crazy stuff. Also, Congressman Mike Kelly is going to be here. Exclusive stuff with him. He's doing a hell of a job, man, leading this assassination attempt task force. It's a big task, and he's up for it. I get up early, as you guys probably know, because I'm kind of crazy, as you probably know, too. This morning, I got up about 4:30, and I'm sitting there. I go through all the media, everything. You name it. You name the network. You name my Bible, as I call it, is the Wall Street Journal. For obvious reasons, they're just really good at what they do. But I look at everything. This morning, about 4:45, I came back across this piece that actually had me convinced that there's hope in this overdose crisis in America. A guy sent me a video yesterday, which ripped my heart out. I didn't post it. It was just too dramatic, of a guy dead downtown in the street from an overdose, and it happens in record numbers. And fentanyl in this town, and this it's horrible, horrible. So I see this, with that in the back of my mind, I see this headline, NPR exclusive, U.S. overdose deaths plummet. It jumped out at me, it kind of grabbed me, saving thousands of lives. After decades of devastating increases driven by fentanyl and other toxic street drugs, overdose deaths are dropping sharply in much of the United States. And meanwhile, now I'm starting to smile at 4:30 in the morning. That trend could mean roughly 20,000 fewer deaths in 2024. However, and with no exaggeration, and I'm apt to hyperbole from time to time, with no exaggeration, the best emergency doctor, drug rehab doctor, expert in this area that I've ever met in my career, and I'm an old guy, is Tom Brophy. Helped me and my family with a crisis situation on the phone last Sunday in his own time, and offered brilliance and consoled my wife, quite frankly, who for a friend who's in crisis. He's just that good, and he's that strong, and he's that smart. So I had to reach out to him to see if this is legit. Doctor, how are you this morning?
I'm good, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, so tell me, I sent this to you really early, and you've had the chance, and I know you're slammed, but you're taking some time for us. Is this too legit to quit, or is this crap or hyperbole? What is this? Should we have hope here, Doc?
So it certainly it's a good thing, and it is a step in the right direction. It's certainly welcome news. The only thing that I kind of caution people about, celebrating too early on something like this is that I don't think that it's a reflection that we're doing better overall as far as less people becoming addicted to substances and less people abusing substances. You know, if you remember back in 2017, we saw written overdose deaths. So around that time, 2016, 2017, everybody was freaking out because so many people had died in the previous year. It had passed the mark of 70,000. And 7,000 Americans that we had lost in the entire campaign in the Vietnam. So, you know, at least saying like, wow, this is really getting out of hand. That's when it was declared a national emergency. What that did is it unleashed a lot of funding. There were a lot more organizations paying attention to the problem. And as a result, the following year, we saw a reduction. Those overdose deaths at the time went from around 72,000 in the previous year down to around like 60,000. But there was a significant reduction. And a lot of people erroneously claimed like, oh, you know, we're now succeeding. Things are moving back in the other direction. We have figured this out. And the truth is we didn't really figure anything out. All that reduction was a reflection of how much Narcan had been put out there in the hands of not only every first responder, but every school, every airport, you know, where it was important to get, you know, Narcan quickly whenever they would overdose. What we're seeing right now, this corruption, it's a reflection of something a little bit different. And what I believe it's a reflection of is all of these programs across the state, all the way to jails now. As of 2024, every jail has to have the ability to provide MAT for people. So MAT is things like, you know, methadone, buprenorphine products like Suboxone, Subutex, Sublocade, all that sort of stuff. And when somebody is put on those medications, they automatically have a significantly likelihood of them overdosing and dying. And there's several reasons for that. One of them being that those are opioids. Methadone and buprenorphine are opioids that are in their system all the time. So putting more opioids into their system doesn't necessarily shut off their breathing center in the same way. But you have to understand that just because people have access to that MAT and they're getting on those medications like buprenorphine and methadone and things like that, not all of those people are taking their recovery seriously. Some of them are, and it's an appropriate step to stabilize people in treatment so that we can stop that recidivism where they constantly end up just back, you know, shortly after. But I think that those are the kind of measures that we're seeing. We're seeing more and more people on MAT, which is a good thing because we know that when you're on MAT, you're significantly less likely to die. But I caution people from celebrating like victory, like, oh, we have figured this out because.
Well, Doc, as one of the doctors said, let's not spike the ball. You know, exactly. We didn't win here, but what you're saying is, it's fair to say that we are saving lives. But am I trying to translate here saying? But we have just as many people addicted to drugs or just on different things to save their lives.
That's exactly right. Yes, the addiction numbers overall, as far as how many people are using substances, how many people are struggle with the medical, economical, all the problems that go along with addiction. Like those numbers are not improving, but just having a reduction in the number of overdose deaths, that is welcome news, and that is something that certainly is a good thing. It's just you don't want it to send a wrong message, that we're succeeding on a bigger level.
Dr. Tom Brophy, Trinity Wellness in the Geyser Center. Are you still seeing addicts using a high level of this xylazine, Doc?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the xylazine wounds have become commonplace in the world of addiction treatment, and they're just such challenging wounds to manage because, as you and I have talked about, the mechanism by which they form makes them very much like a diabetic ulcer, where they don't have the blood vessels, they don't have the things necessary for that wound to heal, and so where a normal skin ulceration in a healthy person would heal in a matter of 4 to 6 weeks. These are taking 6, 8, 12 months in some cases to heal.
And they're losing limbs from it. Limbs.
We are seeing amputations. We're seeing sepsis. God. I mean, it's just something else to complicate an already very difficult, problem.
And you've seen it so bad, this addiction from this xylazine now, which is an elephant tranquilizer, that you've had addicts, without violating anyone's privacy, injecting it into the actual wound, right?
I have, and I'm certainly not alone in that as a provider in addiction medicine. You know, this is such a common thing in the world of addiction where, you know, we stop and we say, like, what the heck? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, who would inject something into a wound that already exists? But you have to understand that we're dealing with a brain that has been changed as a result of that addiction. And so their motivations are not, you know, the rest of us, our limbic system is constantly motivating us towards food, water, sex, shelter, safety, like the core elements of survival. An addict, as we all know, will forego food, water, sex, safety, shelter. Like their brain is not operating in the same way. And that's what we mean when we talk about the disease of addiction. We talk about, like, yes, that there is a choice element in this. That's how it starts. But once that disease develops, you're dealing with abnormal neurophysiology and abnormal neurochemistry. And that's not something that somebody can simply make better decisions and get better. That's part of it, but there's so many other pieces that are important as well.
Dr. Tom Brophy, Trinity Wellness, Geyser Center, thanks, brother. You're the absolute best. Appreciate you taking your time.
Thank you, sir. Keep spreading the good word.
I love him. It's also scary to hear what he has to say. So we can be optimistic that we've saved some lives, but we're really not beating addiction yet. And that xylazine, which is an elephant tranquilizer, is all over the streets, and it's scary as hell.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey, if you're a mom or dad of a high school athlete who dreams of playing in college, the steps you take now could make all the difference between earning a scholarship or nothing at all. As Pittsburgh's premier recruitment agency, M7 Sports helps you understand what you need to do while giving you and your child the tools to grab the attention of coaches and recruiters. From hype videos to social media guidance. For expert guidance on the road to recruitment, visit m7sports.agency today.
As you probably know by now, life can get very hectic. That's why when it's time to replace your windows and doors, you'll want to call Renewal by Anderson. Paul Alexander here. Renewal by Anderson knows you don't have time to play project manager and contractor, so they handle the entire project for you. From consultation through installation, their certified master installers are true experts, and you can trust them to do the job right. Their work is backed by a fully transferable warranty. This month, Renewal by Anderson has extended their 31-day sales event. Buy one, get one 40% off all windows, patio doors, and entry doors when you buy 4 or more. That's 40% off. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door with no minimum purchase. Special financing is available. Call by September 30th. 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. For offer and warranty details, visit renewalbyanderson.com.
Spoke to Jerry Nasseri with NASCO Roofing this morning. Look, the thing about NASCO is their work ethic. The thing about NASCO is their pricing. The thing about NASCO is their reputation. Owens Corning, the best of the best. Lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty. Folks, this is the crew that's been on our roof several times. Did my brother's roof, my sister's roof. Becomes a family thing. Why? Because NASCO does it right. 412-373-2000 NASCO. 412-373-2000. Give me a yell.
Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Before you tour a home, the real estate professional you're working with may ask you to sign a buyer's agreement, which describes the services you'll receive, each party's role and responsibilities, and how your agent will be compensated, all of which you'll want to discuss with them up front. So work with an agent who's a realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors with a duty to honestly represent you and put your interests above their own, because that's who we are.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or 2 half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Download the Par Mar Rewards app today for some big gas and grocery savings. Dan Zangrili here to tell you that loyalty has its rewards at Par Mar stores. Remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Veterans searching for a life-fulfilling career should consider trucking. Marine Corps combat vet Jesus Davila describes how the American Trucking Association's Workforce Hero Apprenticeship makes it possible.
At the end of that 2 years, they receive a certificate from the Department of Labor that deems them a professional driver. So the apprenticeship program allows service members to tap into their benefits, to get training, become a driver, and they will be getting paid a certain stipend every month to pay for some of their cost of living expenses while they're learning how to be a truck driver. And it's just another opportunity to utilize the benefit.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance, making it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Let's switch to an email I got. And this is another health issue along with the drug issue. And I got this yesterday. And it's happening at hospitals all over the country. I'm seriously trying to put a panel together. I'm really thinking about it because this is such a crisis. And right now, there is no legit, real solution. And I have to admit it. And the doctors admit it. And the administrators admit it. And no one's... This isn't something we can fix in one day. Who knows even if we could fix it in a year. So I'm going to read this. And I got 10 of these. So a woman sends me this note. My wife has cancer. This troubles me. Had 1/3 of her lung removed. 9/14/23. So pretty recently. She had to have a CT scan with contrast every 4 months. You know what a CT scan is? I've had many, many of them. The reason why they do that is so that they actually see if you still have the cancer. It shows up as the spots that glow. And I've had multiple CT scans, and I've had scans that showed the glow and scans that didn't show the glow. Just for perspective, I had cancer, and it's been 4.5 years. If I would get a CT scan on a Monday, I would know by Monday afternoon what was on the scan. I'm just keeping it real. At the latest, Tuesday. Now, again, this is pre-pandemic, okay? So 5 years. So here's this man sending me this note. Her surgery was at UPMC. She had her most recent CT, but by the way, this is happening all over the country, and this is why I'm scared to death about this. I hear this from everywhere. She had her most recent CT scan on 9/12, which is, what's today's date, Patrick? The 19th, so a week ago. And was told yesterday, this came in last night, that the results will probably not be available for 12 to 14 days as scans are being, quote, farmed out to radiologists. Okay? Radiologists read scans. Supposedly, UPMC is one of the biggest healthcare organizations in America, and they don't have radiologists on staff. Do you know the stress of having cancer? Why is my wife being stressed waiting weeks for results? That's real. And and the truth is, and this is happening all over Western PA and all over America, that there aren't enough radiologists to read scans right now. They don't have the staff. And that these doctors and nurses that hospitals do have are working their asses off like they've never had before. Just to help you, just in the nursing area, during COVID, they say about 25% of the nurses quit or retired. And that a significant number of radiologists and doctors quit or retired. And medical school takes half your life. The training takes years, and the impact is astounding. And so now, and by the way, this guy's right. And all the doctors I know agree that this guy's right. And it hurts them to tell the truth about this. And they're at a rapid pace trying to fix it in hospitals around the country, including major meetings at UPMC underway as we speak, because they won't accept this as okay. So think about this. Your wife has cancer and may still have cancer, but you don't know for 2 weeks. That ain't right, man. Anyone out there that's had cancer, like myself, what happens is, so for me, using it as a personal story, so when I had these big tumors, one on my tongue and one on my throat, you would get all this radiation and chemo. Then they would schedule a CT scan. Well, the scan shines the light on whether you're going to die or not, or whether the tumor's getting smaller. It's so important. Patrick knows this. His wife's been through this with 2 different surgeries for brain tumors. Patrick, how stressful is waiting for the results of a CT scan?
Oh, it's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Well, as the patient, I mean, you know this, your anxiety.
Right on.
I mean, it skyrockets while you're waiting for it. It's bad enough leading up to the days before your test, and then you've got to wait, Lord knows how long, to actually get the results now.
And literally, brother, your life is in the balance. And in your mind at midnight, when you're laying there in bed holding your wife's hand, you're thinking, she could die, and if she dies, I'm going to die.
Yeah, you're thinking the absolute worst. You know, whatever it is, it's back, whether it's a tumor, whether it's cancer.
No, it's rough, and it's stressful. And no one understands this more than doctors, and they're working their asses off at these hospitals. Man, there are people at Presby that are in hallways waiting for beds in emergency rooms for 24 hours, sometimes longer than that. And the truth is, they ain't got the staff right now in hospitals across the country. And the truth is, at rural hospitals, no chance. It's so rough that some of the radiologists at UPMC are reading scans for doctors in Harrisburg because there's no one to read them. There are thousands of openings for jobs just at UPMC. Tens of thousands across the state. Everybody said to hell with it. I don't want to do this anymore. And then everybody got sick. And now you want service. And on a real simple scale, have you been to a restaurant and couldn't get a waiter? This is that. Except your life is on the line. And you're waiting for that call for 14 days when you should hear really in 14 hours.
And paid for by RFA cancellation. Are you feeling trapped by a timeshare you no longer want? You're not alone. Thousands of people are stuck paying for timeshares they hardly use. But here's the good news. There's a way out, and we're here to help. We specialize in legally canceling timeshares. With years of experience and a dedicated team, we've successfully helped countless clients just like you break free from those burdensome contracts. No more annual fees, no more maintenance costs, just freedom from your unwanted timeshare. Imagine what you could do with all that extra money and peace of mind, whether it's traveling to places you really want to go, saving for a new home, or just enjoying life without that financial burden hanging over your head. We make it possible, and it's easier than you think. Call us today at 800-866-7061. That's 800-866-7061. Our friendly experts will guide you through the process step by step, ensuring a smooth and stress-free experience. So call us now at 800-866-7061. That's 800-866-7061 and take the first step toward freedom. Again, 800-866-7061. 800-866-7061.
So when I went to physical, and it's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally, it's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at physical. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200. 2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly sunny and 76 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. The investigation is still ongoing after the prime suspect in the death of a woman who had been reported missing was found dead. More from News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
Westmoreland County officials say they were prepared to arrest Robert Angelo this morning in the death of his girlfriend, 45-year-old Amy Shipley. Shipley had been reported missing this week by family members who hadn't seen her for about 10 days. Her body was eventually found in a makeshift grave at her home in Cook Township. Police were ready to arrest Angelo this morning when they found him dead at his home in Ligonier, the victim of a self-inflicted wound. They're waiting for toxicology tests on Shipley, and police say this remains an active and ongoing investigation. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
A recent news story about the mice infestation at a senior apartment building in Blawnox is putting the pest in the spotlight. Dr. Chad Gore, an entomologist with Early Pest Control, says his business is getting a lot more phone calls about mice problems than ever before.
I mean, you think about the size of a mouse, but the size of a hole that they can get into can be as small as a dime.
Right.
So, the only limiting factor is the size of their head. So they can get in and out of some of the smallest openings.
Tells the Big K Morning Show that the best way to keep mice out is to keep the building sealed. Kelly O's Diner is branching out into the bar business. Kelly O, who appeared on the show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, is going to be opening Ozone Bar and Grill in Warrendale. Pittsburgh Magazine's Christy Graver talked about it on the Big K Morning Show.
She's going to be opening Ozone Bar and Grill, and it's going to be in Warrendale, and it's going to be right next to one of her namesake diners. It'll be an upscale sports bar with lots of appetizers and shareable plates and like Pittsburgh staples. She's really known for the haluski at Kelly O's, so really good comfort food and stuff like that.
New bar is set to open in January. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 555 points. The Nasdaq up 490. The S&P 500 is up 103. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
You know what I'm doing? I'm calling Coit, and here's why. My friends at Coit have an amazing deal right now. Coit Clean before the fall. Check it out. Take 30% off your first Coit cleaning, and then take 50% off any second service. Incredible savings. Carpets, rugs, drapes, air ducts. No one has been in more Pittsburgh homes than Coit. And no one cleans homes better than Coit. 1-800-FOR-COIT. 1-800-FOR-COIT. Love Coit.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival is back. 6 magical weekends through September 29th. It's entertainment. It's fantasy.
It's an adventure. To the past.
Filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. Eat, drink, and be merry at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at PittsburghRenFest.com.
If you have COPD, here are some reasons to go see your pulmonologist again. 1, those flare-ups you keep having, they have the chance to cause permanent lung damage. 2, we now know a certain type of inflammation can cause flare-ups for some people. And 3,
when can I see Grandma?
Need more reasons? Visit www.livewithcopd.com.
Hi, I'm Colleen Coyne from Aetna Medicare. And if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862, TTY 711 to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
At the UPS store, we understand the importance of a first impression. That's why we're here to help you put your best foot forward and be unstoppable with our printing services. With high-quality paper stock options, banners, business cards, menus, and more, we make sure your small business stands out and your message reaches the masses. After all, we're the one-stop Prints That Pop store. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, prices, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today and get your print on.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be pretty nice for the rest of our Thursday with sun and clouds, a warm afternoon high of 83, then mainly clear tonight till 58. More sun than clouds tomorrow and very warm high 84 to 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, working through the week. It's Thursday. Got an exciting show planned for you today. Can't wait. 2 to 6, Colin Dunlap, right here, KDK.
So there's a crisis in healthcare, and I'm going to tell you, I like personal stories because this makes sense. So I'm in the at the dentist. I have an amazing dentist. He's in Mount Lebanon. He was my parents' dentist, my kids' dentist. We go back to when we were kids. He's wonderful. So if I want to schedule a teeth cleaning, it's 6 months to a year out. And so then they say, well, we can't take this. Let's go find another dentist. Go ahead and try. They're 6 months to a year out. So the last time I was there, this a couple weeks ago, that wonderful young lady who's a dental hygienist says to me that right now in Western Pennsylvania, there are 400 to 500 openings for dental hygienists. I'm not kidding. And Pitt has one of the toughest programs to get into in the country, and it takes 2 or 3 years. They make good money now, finally. They can make $100,000, but my point is, what happened? They quit during COVID and didn't go back, or retired during COVID and didn't come back. The radiologist stuff. So the guy that sent me the note about his wife can't get a CT scan looked at for 12 to 14 days, Patrick, did some research as why he's the man. And you found, 2,000 openings for radiologists?
Yeah, across the country right now, the American College of Radiology, more than 2,000 openings.
And then...
That's just for radiologists.
And then you found that out there to kind of accentuate what I was saying, that it's 12 to 14 days to get a CT scan read, right?
Yes, sir.
And let me say this. That sucks. And let me say this. They know it sucks. They do. I'm telling you, Don Yealy is one of my friends. He's one of the greatest doctors in America and respected as such. He's the chief medical officer for UPMC. He's sideways over this. All of them are. Half my damn family works in healthcare, and they're like, Marty, you're right. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just telling you where we're at. The fact that you can't get your teeth cleaned might not be a big deal unless you're a guy like me who had cancer. And so what happens is, and I like to use personal stories because it kind of brings it home. Radiation to your teeth jacks up your teeth. So if you don't see a dentist for a year, you could go in there and lose 5 teeth. That's just the truth. And they literally apologize to you and say, I know, we can't get hygienists. And they're working, I think my dentist is working 4 days a week. And it's really, really hard to get into dental school and really, really hard to get through dental school. It's insane what's happening to healthcare. There are thousands of openings for nurses around America. It's so bad that my niece right now is still working travel nursing. What are we, 3 years after COVID? Still. What's a travel nurse? Well, you're in a hospital that has no nurses, so they're paying you crazy money just to fill a gap. No one There is, by the way, there's no short-term solution. How the hell do you just say, hey, man, we need 500 radiologists? Okay. You're going to wait till they get out of medical school? Medical school. This is a fact. Pitt has one of the best top 5 medical schools in the country. They accept, this is the truth, 2 local kids from the entire region every year. 2. To get into Pitt Medical School, you got to be the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. I'm not saying change the standards. I'm saying we're screwed here. So people bitch, and by the way, they should, because they can't get a room. They go to the emergency room, and they need to be admitted to the hospital, and they'll wait in the emergency room for 2 days. All over the country. Forget about it if you're in a rural hospital, man. Forget it. Forget it. So we talk about what's happening in America with jobs. There's a 100,000 shortage of truckers, a 25, 30,000 shortage of teachers. I talk about shortage of cops almost daily. No one wants to be a cop. And I think out loud, what the hell's happening to America? Seriously, legit. And so this wonderful man sends me a note that my wife has cancer and needs the results of a CT scan. And can you help me get a CT scan? And they're in critical status to try to get a CT scan. And I can't get it done in 1 hour like I could before. And it makes me sad that this guy, because you know how much you love your spouse, and then they get cancer and you start to go into freak out. Why wouldn't you? My wife did. And the truth of the matter is, I don't have an answer. Neither does the trucking industry or law enforcement or the hygienist. Really hard school. Really hard to get into. Really hard to get through. Did you ever think in your life that you'd wait a year to get your teeth cleaned by a dentist? That's legit. And it's real. Donald, go ahead, man.
Yes, Marty. I'm calling from Plumboro right now. I was listening to you on the radio, and I just wanted to let you know I had a CT scan yesterday at Hillman.
Yeah.
And before I got home in Murraysville, I got the notification that my results were in, and I could see the results.
Whoa.
I have been getting, matter of fact, I was at Hillman the day you rang the bell that Monday a number of years ago.
Yeah,
I've been getting treatment for liver cancer since July of 2018.
Oh, my gosh.
For 6 years, I've been going through the treatment every 28 days at Hillman. And I've gone the route with getting the CT scans. At first, it was every 3 months because that's all the insurance company would allow, and then they changed it. I had to go once every 6 months. But over this 6 years that I've been going through this process, every time that I had a scan outside Hillman or Shady Side, I had to wait the 5 days to 10 days to get a reading. And for that reason, I drive to Hillman after doing the research on it, that these facilities do not have personnel on staff, and they have to send it out. For that reason,
by the way, this is the miracle of Hillman. It's like being there with your mother taking care of you. They love you so much there. They're so good there.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. But like I said, I was having my treatment the day you rang the bell, and I've been waiting to do it ever since. But
man, you're still in treatment. Wow.
Yeah, I'm on the immunotherapy. I was on chemo for about 4 months and just kept going downhill. My tumors kept growing. They were 3/4 of the size of my liver, and they have shrunk 75%.
Oh my gosh!
But they still show.
But you're still alive. God bless you.
Still alive. But as far as this scan goes, the weight, like you said, it's taxing on you.
It is,
man.
man.
You can't sleep at night. You're worrying about it. And for that reason, I make sure that I go to the facility where they can read that on a day, the day I get my treatment.
By the way, that's a brilliant assessment, and it's a great way to approach this. It's why, quite frankly, I rave about Hillman. It's a miracle center, and they really give a damn. They all give a damn. But they're overwhelmed to the point at hospitals across America where they don't know where to go next. They don't know how to help you next.
Now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app. Download it now.
Are you paying too much for prescription drugs? Other pharmacies take a $5 drug and charge $300, but not at Blueberry Pharmacy. We introduced the Cost Plus model over 4 years ago, ensuring transparent and fair pricing. From our North Hills location, Blueberry Pharmacy services Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. We apply the same pricing principle to everything from blood pressure medication to chemotherapy drugs. Enjoy exceptional service where you can talk to a real person like me. Call us at 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's also what a lot of us lack in our basement or garage. By switching to a Navien tankless water heater, not only will you have all the hot water you need whenever you need it, but you'll gain storage area as well. Maybe a place to display your space collectibles.
Highly logical.
Learn about Navien's series of high-efficiency tankless water heaters and how they don't just save space, but save dollars on your utility bills, too. For more, go to tanklessmadesimple.com.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
She's back. Join Dr. Bridget Schufo at 9 this Sunday morning and see how her wellness and weight loss help you get rid of excess weight and, more importantly, keep it off with a healthy lifestyle. It's Dr. Shufo's Health and Wellness Show this Sunday at 9 a.m.
Go between the hash marks and get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Dave & Buster's. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's powered by Bowser Chevrolet and brought to you by Diulis Law. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Summer's in Pittsburgh, and if you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Judy did. She called Rhino Shield.
After having the house painted with kind of usual house paint, I was seeing cracks appearing about every 3 years and just wasn't very satisfied with that.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating specifically formulated for our unique climate.
I can't speak highly enough about the Rhino Shield crew. They also were great at working with me to get the exact right color because I was very particular.
Right now, get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 10% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers.
I would not hesitate to call Rhino Shield and recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
We're kicking off huge savings at Spitzer Acura. Whether you're looking for a new Integra or RDX, our friendly consultants will help you find your perfect new Acura that fits your needs and budget in a pressure-free environment. And as always, every new Spitzer Acura comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty at no additional cost. Plus, you'll get a complimentary loaner vehicle whenever you're in need of service. Don't miss out. Score big on new Acuras at Spitzer Acura.
Whack more. Spend less at Spitzer Acura McMurray.
Our world revolves around you.
See dealer for details.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. The Federal Reserve's aggressive 0.5% rate cut announced yesterday, the first cut in 4 years, is aimed at bolstering the U.S. labor market, which has seen unemployment edge higher. But it's already been helping the housing market, and now Freddie Mac today says average long-term mortgage rates this week are at 6.09%. That's the lowest since February of last year. That cut is giving Wall Street a boost, sending the Dow and the S&P to fresh all-time highs right now. The Dow up 1 1/3%, the S&P almost 2% higher, the Nasdaq nearly 3% higher today. Despite high hopes for Apple's iPhone 16, with its promise of AI capabilities available in October and in later months, sales have reportedly been sluggish. Quartz reports Apple employees are already buying the 16 at a discount. And soccer great Lionel Messi taking on Hollywood by launching his own TV and movie production company to make family-friendly shows and documentaries. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
What's going on? Next hour, David Morehouse of the Steelers. You got to hear this stuff. And Congressman Mike Kelly, this assassination investigation. They're kicking butt, and I love it. I'm talking about crisis in health care. Try to get an appointment with a psychiatrist. Try it. No, seriously. For your kid. Months. Try to get a bed in a mental health facility outside of 302ing someone where you might get 2 or 3 days. Try it. I'm serious. It's bad, man. And the insiders, and I know hundreds of people that work in healthcare, there is no shortcut and there is no easy way out. None. And you have no idea how lucky we are to have UPMC, Allegheny Health Network, blah, blah, blah. At least we have access. If you're in a rural town, forget about it. You don't have a shot, man. And if you're involved in any kind of health care crisis with a chronic illness, you know what I'm talking about. The game has changed dramatically. Let's trickle it on even further to the pharmacies. Have you seen what's happening to CVS and Walgreens? Damn. Thousands of them are closing. It's crazy, man. There is a crisis right now in healthcare, and no one really knows what to do. Because you can't crank out nurses like you do donuts. You just can't. You can't crank out radiologists and psychiatrists and mental health facilities. You can't. And so you have to wait and hope. And that's the truth. And I do not have a reasonable solution for you other than this. Be a pain in the ass. And I mean that. I tell people this all the time. irritate people until you get what you need in terms of health care for your loved one. A family member had a CT scan. There were cancer concerns. 9 days in, no one called with a reading. That family member finally had to call and say, hey, can someone look at my scan? Oh, yeah, here it is. They are so busy reading scans that UPMC doctors had to use doctors from UPMC here to read scans in Harrisburg. It's that tight right now. And let me say this. My friends in healthcare work their asses off. Have you been in a hospital recently? They're amazing. They're amazing people. But I'll tell you what, ma'am. It's a frenetic pace. It is stressful as hell. I know nurses that'll work a 12, 13-hour shift without having time to eat or use the bathroom. I'm just keeping it real. Today, I'm going to try to make sure that we get the scan read of this gentleman whose wife has cancer and she can't get anyone to read the scan. Because we got to get that done. We got to. Meantime, next hour, important stuff. Congressman Mike Kelly, love him. Head of this task force investigating the assassination attempts now in both Florida and Butler. It's important stuff, man. We're going to ask him about the Secret Service and about where they're headed and all kind of stuff. Very important. Also, David Morehouse, big brain, really smart guy with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to talk about the economic impact of the Steelers to this town. We're going to talk about city council. We're going to talk about the $1 million that the city has to come up with to help bring $300 million into the city. It's important stuff. Do not miss this next hour. Do not just sit at home and weep if you can't get what you want in terms of health care. Become a pain in the ass. And I mean that in the nicest way. Do it. Call until your call is answered. Make certain that your scans get read. Make certain that you get an appointment. And with the dentist stuff, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. There are most dentists at 6 months to a year to get your teeth cleaned. It's just crazy what's happening in that business. They just don't know how to fix it right now. Folks, I'm so jazzed about this. Got to introduce you to this great company. 3 cousins. So cool. Calvin, Sam, and Steve, owners of CNS Construction, local guys, Pittsburgh's premier builder for decks, roofs, siding, windows, and doors. You got to check out their work all around town. They're cousins. Call the cousins. 989-COUSINS. That's 989-COUSINS. And right now, they're offering half off installation. CNS Construction. I'm serious about this. I've seen their work. Love them.
Thinking of upgrading your windows but don't want the hassle of finding a reliable contractor? Hi, it's Paul Alexander. How about one-stop shopping with custom-made windows from Renewal by Andersen? They'll handle every phase of your project for you, for helping you choose the perfect window colors and styles to installation, and they're certified master installers. Plus, they back their work with a fully transferable warranty. When your home is ready for new windows, make life easy on yourself. Choose Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen has extended their 31-day sales event. Buy one, get one 40% off all windows, patio doors, and entry doors when you buy 4 or more. Plus, get an extra $150 off each window and door with no minimum purchase. Special financing is available. Call by September 30th, 412-448-9090, 412-448-9090. That's 412-448-9090. For offer and warranty details, visit renewalbyandersen.com.
Does your ginger beer suffer from a lack of bite and spice you expect from a ginger beer? Do your Moscow mules taste watered down? Then find yourself Jamaica's Finest ginger beer. Made with all natural ginger root oils, Jamaica's Finest provides you with that clean, intense ginger flavor you expect. Aromatic and spicy as if you were biting into a fresh piece of ginger, Jamaica's Finest ginger beer is refreshing on its own or perfect for any back porch beverage. Sure to become a permanent fixture in your Frigidaire, look for us in any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District, the gold standard of ginger beers, Jamaica's Finest.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly sunny and 77 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. The investigation is still ongoing after the prime suspect in the death of a woman who had been reported missing was found dead. More from News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
Westmoreland County officials say they were prepared to arrest Robert Angelo this morning in the death of his girlfriend, 45-year-old Amy Shipley. Shipley had been reported missing this week by family members who hadn't seen her for about 10 days. Her body was eventually found in a makeshift grave at her home in Cook Township. Police were ready to arrest Angelo this morning when they found him dead at his home in Ligonier, the victim of a self-inflicted wound. They're waiting for toxicology tests on Shipley, and police say this remains an active and ongoing investigation. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
A Dare Township man is facing sentencing after pleading guilty in Westmoreland County this week to child pornography charges. 33-year-old Charles Kirkland was arrested nearly 2 years ago after state police received a tip line report through the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Kirkland pleaded guilty to 2 felony counts and will be sentenced within the next 90 days. Arnold's police chief, Josh Stagna, is expected to step down and face criminal theft charges. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has more.
Chief Josh Stagna was placed on administrative leave on August 16th, just 6 months after being chief. Stagna is set to turn himself in today to be arraigned on theft-related charges. In a request for comment, Stagna told KDKA TV, quote, "I'm just not allowed to say anything at this point as much as I would like to. As soon as I can speak, I promise I will," end quote. Stagna replaced Chief Eric Doubt in February. The Pennsylvania Attorney General's office and Pennsylvania State Police are involved in the investigation. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
We've been hearing a lot in the news about household pests like bed bugs, spotted lanternflies, and stink bugs. But what about mice? Dr. Chad Gore, an entomologist with Early Pest Control, tells the Big K Morning Show they've been getting a lot of calls about mice these days.
Mice have really kind of blown up for us as a key pest, and we deal with them a lot more than we've ever dealt with them.
He also says mice can be very difficult to control.
And that's why it's really best to make sure that even in apartments, your apartment is well sealed, that the building envelope in general is well sealed to try to keep them out in the first place.
He says mice can get in and out of extremely small spaces. Did you know that Pittsburgh is ranked as one of the top coffee cities in the U.S.? Wallet Hub ranks it at number 13. That's based on such factors as the price of a cup of coffee, number of coffee and donut shops per coffee drinker, the number of local coffee and tea producers, and coffee-centric events. Number 1, Portland, Oregon. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 513 points, the Nasdaq up 487. The S&P 500 is up 101 points. KDK Sports, Pirates and Cardinals again tonight in St. Louis. The Bucs will try to avoid being swept. First pitch at 7:15. News being brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, making life better one roof at a time. TrustPJ.com. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Learn how your Medicare plan may change for you next year. Avoid the confusion and contact Dina Schmid at One Health Benefits, 724-799-8873. Partly sunny and 77 degrees in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-727-9105. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-727-9105. 800-727-9105. 800-727-9105.
So when I went to physical, and it's a physical therapy joint in Monroeville for balance for me personally, it's really changed everything about my balance. I couldn't do rock climbing. I can now. I felt uneasy coming downstairs in the morning. I feel great now. I'm serious. It's amazing what they do at Physical. F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L. Physical, 412-457-8200. It's in Monroeville, right behind the Monroeville Mall. Physical, 412-457-8200.
September is Bowser Truck Month at Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. And our deals are as impressive as our trucks. Get ready to conquer the road with the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 and get rates as low as 1.9% for up to 36 months. Don't wait. Visit Bowser Chevrolet today and take advantage of these limited time offers. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to help you find your perfect Chevy. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $464 applies with approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends October 1st. Now that's the power of Bowser. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. Bowser Chevrolet in Monroeville and Chippewa. BowserChevrolet.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be warm this afternoon with a mix of sun and clouds and a high of 83, then mainly clear tonight with a low of 58. Sunshine mixing with clouds tomorrow and very warm in the afternoon with a high of 84 to 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Football season, cooler weather, and the falling leaves are here. Get your gutters ready. Call Gutter Helmet this month to save 50% off installation and get a free gutter cleaning and tune-up with purchase.
Waters.
Protect your home year-round. Call 888-5HELMET or visit gutterhelmet.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
We're subscribers of choice. If you're craving smaller ships, but bigger experiences, fewer people,
no time in
more
history
of everything. It's
has
time
congressional
to sink
intervention in what happened in these two
into the
assassination
elevated
attempts
world
been more
of
critical.
Avalon.
And no one I trust more with leading that is our very own Congressman Mike Kelly in Butler. Why? From the first time I met him, with the big handshake and the big smile and the big effort, have I met someone that gave a crap more than Mike. He just does. And now him and his bipartisan task force, which is brilliant on his part, are in the middle of something that's very, very critical to the safety and security of presidential candidates and, quite frankly, any leaders in power in this country. Mike, good morning. How are you, Congressman?
I'm fine, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
Man, now with this second assassination attempt, I understand also you've been thrown in the middle of that as well, too. Is that true?
Well, you know what? We have to go through a process, but it looks like we're going to merge the two events. And yes, we'll have the same task force looking at it again, another attempt on President Trump's life.
I have never been more confident in a group of congressional leaders because you're in charge of this. What is your focus, sir, and what are you trying to find out here?
You know what? I think that what we really have to be careful of now is that we're pursuing every single angle that we can. And a lot of it, we have thousands of pages right now that we've taken in detail. Then we've also had, I think it's 25 or 26 transcribed interviews with people at different law enforcement agencies that were on the ground that day, and trying to get through it to figure it out. So how was it on that day that for some reason we weren't as ready for an occasion like this or an event like this as maybe we thought we were, or we just took it for granted that everything was going to be okay, when we do know everything in life is about preparation. The preparation for whatever it is that you're going to do and the detail that you supply to it really minimizes the chance that you're going to fail. In this occasion, on the 13th of July in Butler, we look at that now and all the different local law enforcement that was involved in that, plus Secret Service, plus Homeland Security, who was involved in that day, and were we able to actually put everybody together in the same room to come up with the same game plan and having an exact idea or assignment of what it is you're supposed to cover that day. And unfortunately, we're finding out at this point right now, too many things were taken for granted. Too many things were not specified as exactly as where you are to be, where your eyes are to be, and then the oversight of what's going on. Although I will tell you this, Marty, if everything that we looked at on July 13th, There's only one person. You know, there were thousands of people there that day. There's only one suspicious character that more than one agency talks about, and it is, at the end of the day, it's Matthew Cooks. So the question is, so if we knew this, and we knew it was, we just weren't quite sure who he was. My personal feeling as a father and a grandfather, if I think there's danger out there, I'm going to say, don't let him or her go out into that environment if we're not exactly sure that they're safe. And I think in that case, President Trump, there was no reason for, and what we know now, there was no reason for him to be out there at that time, at that venue, and in that position if we thought there was a suspicious character there that we had not identified yet and had not been able to actually encounter. This never would have happened. And good Lord, there's something, again, of what we just said about being prepared. You have to be prepared. You have to check every box. You have to dot every I. You have to cross every T. And only in doing that do you minimize the chance that something could go wrong. On that day, I think that was too casual approach in too many ways, and not the preparation that should have been there. I got to tell you, the local law enforcement, the people that I live with, the people that I know so well, they took one on the chin that day as they weren't operating to where they should have been. And the closer we get to this, I say, excuse me, they came that day to help out. It was up to the Secret Service to do all the planning, all the oversight, placing people in the right place at the right time with the right abilities, and then we should have interceded when we didn't know who this person, the suspicious person was. We should have never allowed President Trump to come out and stand on that stage.
Congressman Kelly, can you tell me, with no uncertainty, that the systems are in place today to protect the president the way they didn't protect him that day? Have they made sufficient changes?
So you would like to think that everybody learns from their mistakes, right? We learned that from the time we're small growing up, and you learn from your mistakes. I think the case on this past Sunday, different venue on a private golf course and with Secret Service agents out in front, well in front of the president, looking at the perimeter. That's how they discover that shooter. So I think there's an awareness now that maybe we didn't have before, and there's not this idea that, well, we know how to do this, we've done this before, we really don't have to slow walk this, do we, guys? And the answer is yes, you do. Every time, every place, every day, you have to make sure that we have covered every possible weakness that we have and that we've corrected that weakness before this president is in that position. And I would just say this. I know people keep thinking about, look, there's only one person this year running for that office who there's been 2 attempts made on his life. And I think we have to be very aware of that, and we can't casually say, well, you know, we try to do everything the same way for everybody.
No, sir. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
No, this is different.
Yep. No, you're right. Congressman, is Congress committed? Because here's what I hear from Secret Service. We don't have enough staff. We don't have enough money. Is Congress committed to staffing and funding the Secret Service the way they believe it should be?
I think Congress is committed to that as long as they can get beforehand, they can get the exact, what is it that you need the money for? How are you going to deploy it? Could you redeploy things right now that maybe you're spending stuff on you should, spending monies on that you shouldn't? I think we have to do a real boil it down to where it is that we need the help. Is it equipment? Is it men? Is it the ability to communicate? There's a lot of different moving pieces there. Look, money's not the object here. The safety is the object, and if we're not prepared for all these different things, then we need to look at where we've spent already, where we put taxpayer dollars. Are we getting the full effect out of it? Is it working in excess of 100% of what we put it there for or not? And if there are weaknesses, let's shore them up.
Congressman Kelly, are you convinced that former President Trump is safe today? Are you convinced, sir?
At this point, no. I'm not convinced of that at all. I just think that we've seen 2 incidences of it. Nobody expected it at either place, at either day, at either time, and now yet we've seen it happen before. I do think that right now there's something wrong in America. We are starting to look like a third world country where you don't make your decisions at the ballot box. We should be aware of that. We should be awareness right now that we're in great danger of being able to continue down this road. And I really would just think all people should be concerned about what's going on. Register how you vote. When we are at this level and we're constantly thinking or worrying about, are are these people who we have put up for election, are they safe, are they secure in any venue that they're at? And if the answer is no, I'm not quite sure of that, then go back to the drawing boards and make sure that you've crossed every T, dotted every I, and you are ready for any possible mishap that could happen, and you're there and you're waiting for it, you're looking for it. You're looking for it to be proactive and not reactive.
Congressman Mike Kelly, you are what I call the man. You know why? You tell the damn truth, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Marty.
He's the best. You heard it. I can't argue with him, man. I don't know how you can trust the system right now, but you can tell that man will get it done and they'll fix what's broken. I promise.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Hey, folks. Marty here. I have known Bob Tootie since high school. 50 years. In that time, I have watched him build the best HVAC company I've ever seen. Commercial, industrial, residential. The professionalism, the compassion, the kindness, the care for the needy. Amazing. Tune in again at 412-307-4699. Life-saving, life-changing information.
If you're like most people, the answer is probably never. If you're experiencing low energy, brain fog, headaches, bloating, and skin irritation, then those are all telltale signs. So how do you detox your body? Well, you can add saunas or juice fasts, but what you really need is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver makes it easy to help your liver detox your body all year long without major changes to your diet or lifestyle. Active Liver is available in stores at CVS or Meijer or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Spoke to Jerry Nasseri with NASCO Roofing this morning. Look, the thing about NASCO is their work ethic. The thing about NASCO is their pricing. The thing about NASCO is their reputation. Owens Corning, the best of the best. Lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty. Folks, this is the crew that's been on our roof several times. Did my brother's roof, my sister's roof. Becomes a family thing. Why? Because NASCO does it right. 412-373-2000 NASCO. 412-373-2000. Give me a yell.
When it comes to financial planning, most firms focus on your income and balance sheet. At Smart Out Financial, we focus on where you are today and where you want to go. We run a concierge-level financial planning firm where we work with focused and intentional individuals who want the best financial plans for themselves and their family. We look forward to developing an unparalleled financial planning experience for you and your family. Contact Smart Out Financial or visit smartoutfinancial.com today to learn more. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
One person dies from heart disease every 33 seconds. Do everything you can not to be the one. Understanding your risk factors, like your cholesterol, blood pressure, and BMI, could save your life. Our experts at the nationally recognized UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute are here to help you get your heart health on track. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to schedule an appointment.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free. With zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Broke the news this morning. This amazing study done about the Steelers and their economic impact. Billions of dollars. Billions on this town and this state. Thousands of jobs. In the context of Pittsburgh City Council whining about $1 million commitment to the NFL draft. And in fact, Anthony Coghu, who was amazing and courageous enough to say they're even drafting legislation to ixnay that whole thing. In other words, cancel the $1 million. I have the pleasure to have David Morehouse, who, by the way, was a star with the Penguins, amazing with the Penguins, and now is just as amazing with the Steelers. David, good morning, man. Thanks for calling. How are you?
I'm doing well, Marty. How are you?
Very good. So, obviously, you're an insider, and you've seen the study before us, but I don't think this town in this region understands the hammer, the financial hammer, that the ripple effect of the Steelers. It's dramatic, is it not, sir?
It is truly dramatic. Allegheny County alone, $3.4 billion in economic impact. PricewaterhouseCoopers did the study over a 4-year period, 2017 to 19, excluded the COVID years, and then came back in 2022. So that's a huge impact. Labor income, $1.9 billion. Anyone that's ever traveled and been anywhere in the world, really, and someone asks you where you're from, say you're from Pittsburgh. You know, I was abroad this summer, and my kids were being asked where they were from. It's the first thing they think about. So there's also a value in impressions, which in today's world of social media, it's a combination of all the social media channels, television ratings. Steelers are always one of the top teams in the league for TV ratings, and as everyone knows, we play on the road. In some cities, it feels like a home game.
It's true. It's crazy.
So the study just confirms what most people know, that we bring a huge value to the region. We bring a lot of attention to Pittsburgh, and the draft in and of itself is a huge victory for Pittsburgh. It was a competitive environment. We were competing with multiple NFL cities, and we needed to show that we had state, county, city, business community. We had the kind of partnership that the NFL is looking for to award a city the draft. And the second thing's the draft. And we were fortunate enough to be awarded the draft. That's 50 million viewers on TV. Detroit had 700,000 people over 3 days. They earned $213 million in economic impact over a 3-day period. So it more than pays for itself for whatever we're putting into it.
Cool. Without you, without the Steelers, this doesn't happen, and the city better know that. And I got to ask you directly, because I'm irritated as hell. Are you a little bit irritated, David, that now you find out that the city council might renege on this $1 million and that they had no meetings or discussion with the mayor about this $1 million that the cities would have to contribute?
Yeah, I'm out of town right now. I didn't even hear what was said, but I know that, I can't comment on what they're saying. I can tell them that, whatever investment the city's, offered, it's going to be paid back in spades. I mean, so I think, what the draft does bring Pittsburgh is well worth the investment that we put in our application, the things that we told the NFL we were going to do as a city. And it couldn't come at a better time for Pittsburgh. I mean, we all know we're trying to, attract businesses to Pittsburgh. We're trying to bring people downtown. This is good timing, and I think to the world.
Is it troublesome that they say they're broke, David? They can't come up with $1 million? Isn't that troublesome, sir?
Well, well, I don't know what their budget situation is. I know one thing. I know the draft will solve any kind of budget problems they have in a way that no other event that you can have would. So if we're just talking about an event, the draft is, like I said, it's the second biggest event Pittsburgh could possibly host. There's not many things we could do where you get 50 million people looking at your city on television from all over the world. All the business leaders of all the NFL sponsors are going to be in our city. We should be, looking to attract people to Pittsburgh, and this is a good vehicle for it. So I'm just on the positive side, thinking about that we won a competition, we were awarded the draft, and this draft couldn't have come at a better time for the city.
David Morehouse with the Steelers. Let me tell you what I told them, and I'm serious. My man, if they need to have car washes, if they need to sell damn lemonade, I really don't care. They need to come up with $1 million for a return of $250 million. David, I'll take that bet any day, brother. Today, I'll take that bet. And they better do it. And this notion that Mr. Rooney has to come up with that, I just don't think that's fair. I think the city needs to communicate to the city that they're committed to doing this. Don't you, sir?
Well, I know one thing. I grew up here. Yep. And I've watched the Rooney family and their impact on Pittsburgh, and from Art Rooney Sr. to Ambassador Rooney to Art Rooney to Dan Rooney, that family gives their heart and soul to the region, and I think it's evident to anyone that's from Pittsburgh that the Rooney family is very supportive, and without the Rooney family and the Steelers, we would have never gotten the draft.
No way.
So, and we're all investing in it. The NFL's investing in it. The Steelers are investing in it. Visit Pittsburgh and the business community, the state's investing in it, the county's investing in it, and the city committed to investing in it. So I think we have the support that we needed to get the draft, and now we just have to coalesce that support around planning for the draft and trying to maximize its impact.
Hey, does this jeopardize the draft if they can't come up with $1 million, sir?
I don't think it's going to be a problem coming up with $1 million, but I don't think it would jeopardize the draft. No.
David Morehouse, straight shooter. That's what you're known for. You're doing a hell of a job, man. Thank you for doing this today. I appreciate you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Really good. Really, really good. It's important stuff. If they blow this one, this city, they will never be forgiven. Believe me.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
It's the Shorty Kia Fall Kickoff. With 500 vehicles on the ground and inbound, your best Kia deal is ready and waiting. New 2024 Kia Seltos, Sportage, and Sorrento. Your choice, now available with low 2.99% financing. All this and more at PA's #1 volume Kia dealer, ShorkeyKia.com. With approved credit, not all buyers will qualify. May require financing through Kia Motors Finance based on 2023 December sales volume in Pennsylvania. See dealer for complete details. Offer expires 9/30/24.
Loyalty has its rewards at your neighborhood Parmar store. See for yourself. Download the Parmar Stores app today and find deals, coupons, and earn points to get free groceries. Dan Zangrilli reminding you that if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Celebrate the month of September with Zero Res and get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well. Online, ZeroResPGH.com. Take advantage of these huge savings. Spell it forward or backward, it spells the same. Zero Res.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly sunny and 78 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Pittsburgh Council members are at odds about the mayor's pledge to spend $1 million on the 2026 NFL Draft. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the details.
No meeting with the mayor, no outreach from the mayor's office.
No discussing about a plan.
Nothing.
No clue as to where you're going to come up with $1 million.
No.
None.
None.
Zero.
Bell Council President Daniel Lavelle says otherwise.
No meeting with the mayor, no outreach from the mayor's office.
No discussing about a plan.
Nothing.
No clue as to where you're going to come up with $1 million.
No.
None.
None.
Zero.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds have released the name of the city's first women's soccer team, the Pittsburgh Riveters. The name pays homage to the Pittsburgh's rich history with Westinghouse and their iconic Rosie the Riveter. The public chose the name as part of the team's Name the Team poll and garnered 53% of the support for the Riveters. Team president Jeff Garner talked with KDKA Radio about the future of the team.
We look at this as an opportunity to bring in some of the very best college players in the country so that we can put a competitive championship-winning team on the field.
The Riveters will start their season in May. The head coach, players, and season schedule will all be announced in the coming months. Season ticket deposits are open to the public now. The Pittsburgh Zoo and Aquarium says it's received a major achievement. It's received accreditation from the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, which the zoo calls a gold standard designation. It means the zoo's operations were thoroughly examined, including animal well-being, conservation, and education programs and visitor safety. The zoo says the vote to grant them accreditation was unanimous. Did you know that Pittsburgh is ranked as one of the top coffee cities in the U.S.? Wallet Hub ranks it at number 13. That's based on such factors as the price of a cup of coffee, number of coffee and donut shops per coffee drinker, the number of local coffee and tea producers, and coffee-centric events. Number 1, Portland, Oregon. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 578 points, the NASDAQ up 497, the S&P 500 is up 106. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, and the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Are you looking for more power, for more play? Then head to Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville. We're kicking off huge savings on every new Toyota Tacoma in stock. Get trail-dominating power, advanced technology, captivating style, and our lowest price possible, the Panda price. Plus, with every new Toyota purchase, you'll get a lifetime powertrain warranty at no additional cost for added peace of mind. Don't miss out. Score big on new Tacomas at Spitzer.
Whack more. Spend less at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville.
Our world revolves around you. See dealer for details.
So, I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him, became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our estate, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert, a true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000, grayelderlaw.com.
Just 2 years ago, Bob Casey told us his vote for $1 trillion spending spree would miraculously reduce inflation. Casey promised his vote will reduce inflation. Have you been to a grocery store lately? Did Casey reduce anything except his credibility? In fact, it was Bob Casey's vote for reckless spending that caused this inflation in the first place. Casey voted 98% of the time for Biden's failed agenda. Biden's reckless spending that drove up prices, Casey voted for it. Funding sanctuary cities that protected illegal immigrants from deportation, Casey voted for it. Letting biological men compete against our daughters in their sports, Casey voted for that too. Higher prices, funding sanctuary cities, letting men compete in girls' sports. Casey voted for it all. Bob Casey failed. We need a big change to get back on track. To change Washington, it's time to fire Bob Casey. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. SenateLeadershipFund.org.
Hi, I'm Lisa Laura with Secure Money Health. Navigating your health coverage can be confusing, but I'm here to make it simple. Get your free copy of my book, The Ultimate Medicare Book. In the book, I simplify the process and help you get the health coverage you need. Not only can you get a copy of my book, but if you go to mymedicarebook.com, you can schedule a time to meet with me at no cost. The annual enrollment period is right around the corner. Schedule your appointment now. One more time, that's mymedicarebook.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Times of sun and clouds for the rest of today and warm this afternoon with a high of 83. Then for tonight, mainly clear, though 58. Tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy and very warm, high 84 to 88. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 until 10. We're having an in-studio tailgate party as we get ready to welcome the Steelers in the home opener with the Chargers Sunday at 1 at Acrisure Stadium.
That was cool. That was fun. Steelers. I agree with everything Morehouse said. He's right on. Anthony Coghill, by the way, started this whole thing. He was amazing. I got to respect and admire the fact that he came here, honestly, and was honest, honestly. If I'm Anthony Coghill and the rest of City Council, I'm coming up that money. Are you not, Patrick?
Absolutely.
Today.
You got to find it somewhere.
Come on, man. I know money's tight, but Anthony said a couple things that are really true, because we had reported this before, that there is no money in the city's budget to pave roads for 3 years. It's the truth.
And that $1 million coming out wasn't in the budget.
It's a pimple on the elephant's behind, though. It kind of goes to Colin's point. Morehouse kind of validated actually what Colin's saying is that the revenue they make from this event will more than compensate for the $1 million they got to scrape up. Hey, man, I don't care if they have to have garage sales, bake sales. I don't care if they have to auction off old city trucks. I don't care. They best come up with that money.
Got to find it. You have to.
And leave the Rooneys out of it. Because without the Rooneys, this ain't happening. That's just a fact, Jack. Man, they got juice. And look, Morehouse is a company guy, but he's a brilliant businessman. I mean, I don't know him that well. Most smart guys don't like me. But he has an insanely good reputation. Ackland, one of my boys, loves him. Loves David Morehouse. He did amazing stuff for the Penguins, and is doing, from what I'm told, amazing stuff for the Steelers. And the truth is, and I think Colin even said this may be the greatest event this city has ever had and may ever have. May ever have. And by the way, Coghill has been texting me, Anthony, and good for him. He said there's no way we'll stiff the city. The other thing that irritates me that Anthony told us, and I think is very relevant. He has not met face-to-face with the mayor since he came into office 3 years ago. That is horse crapola. It's not the way it works, man. It's not a proxy government. It's not the way it works. This issue aside, it's just ignorant. I say this all the time. Everybody I know and all my kids, they get tired of hearing Dad say this. Our lives are about our relationships. How do you think we ended up with Anthony Coghill in this office today? How do you think we ended up with Mike Kelly on this show today? How do you think that we ended up with David Morehouse on the air today? Relationships and trust and the truth. And the truth is that they best not ask Mr. Rooney for another $1 million. I'd give him we're number one sign, if you know what I'm saying. What he did say, there's no way this would jeopardize this event. No way. This is happening. Completely. By the way, Coghill and Morehouse grew up together in Beachview. They're boys, so they get each other. So you all know. Completely unrelated, but breaking right now on ESPN, and it is related to football. And this is the life that, this is what irritates me about sports and sports fans and why I start to hate them. These insane, ridiculous, obnoxious fans. So, the Lions coach, Dan Campbell, love this guy. Love everything about him. His bravado, his passion, how he's turned that franchise around. Said he loves them. They're winning, blah, blah, blah. So, they lose a game. One game. They have a house. You'll kind of understand where I'm coming at in a second. This just breaking on ESPN. They have a house on 2 acres. That's a lot of property. You would think that's privacy. So, some morons who figured out where he lives, not that hard, put it out on social media, his home address. And because they lost a game, the fans are harassing them so much at their house. Wow. The cops had to get involved. They're harassing his family. These moron fans who should all be in jail. And ruining their privacy because they lost a game. Wow. Wow. Check this out. Because of this harassment, because they had to get the police involved, because of the threats to his family, they had to move. Can you imagine? Is this as good as it gets? Apparently so. Who was the quarterback? Tommy Maddox had a bad game for the Steelers. They destroyed his house, threw crap in the yard, threats, and so the idiocy of people in America today and the haters and the wannabes and the low IQ losers, and I mean that in the nicest way,
Campbell saying this week
that ruin the political landscape, that create threats against former President Trump, are the same kind of people that have scared a family from their home. And all their daddy, he has kids, all daddy is a damn football coach. And they have to move to some secret location. Can you imagine?
They've already moved in.
I can remember right now in my mind's eye, we live in Mount Lebanon, and I can see Mark Cuban's mom's house right now. It's within a mile of our house. Can you imagine if these morons knew where Mark's mother lived back in the day? These idiots from today. I can still drive by, and I've showed it to my kids, Chuck Noll's house, right there like in Upper St. Clair, small little ranch. If today Chuck was still there and the idiots knew where he lived and they lost a game or he made a decision they didn't like. I can't answer this question. It's rhetorical. What the hell's wrong with people, man? We live in a world of volatility, which is why what Congressman Mike Kelly said was so significant. We got to protect Trump at all costs. I don't care how you feel about him. I don't give a damn. At all costs. It's a little scary that he said he doesn't feel as if he's 100% convinced that Trump is safe and secure right now. In summary, I respect and admire the courage and the honesty of Anthony Coghill and the conviction of David Morehouse. And I lose complete respect for the disgusting, revolting, gutter snipe idiots.
Detroit Lions head coach Dan Campbell
Sewer rat
forced to move
punks.
out of his
Cockroaches.
home because of security
Who
concerns.
threatened
The
a
pranks
family.
went just too far.
A damn football coach in Detroit so much
A powerhouse of a man
that his
on
family
the
had to
sidelines
move
harassed
from
at
their dream home.
The family of
That,
four,
my friends,
Dan Campbell, his
in
wife, and
simple
2 kids,
French,
a victim of
sucks.
doxing after that tough loss last season
To
against
which
the
I would
Dallas
ask,
Cowboys. Doxing is leaking
that as good as it
personal
gets?
information to the public,
Honestly?
and the leaker exposed
that a
Coach
man
Campbell's
can't
home
live in a house
address
with his family
off
without
Fort
worried about
Road
their
in
safety
Greenfield Township.
because they missed a
Then,
field goal?
someone sent a bunch of
Is that where we're at,
contractors
people?
to his house
I
to
guess
make
so.
repairs that
Did
were
you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
UPMC saved my life. It's just the truth. And when I had cancer. And now they prolong my life. Seriously.
Gained some
I
more
have been in
notoriety.
what's called swallow
so I think it was
therapy.
the smart decision for them to
I had choked
to move.
4 times. Heimlich maneuver 4 times. Now, nothing. Now, clear path. Now,
We
I feel safe
kind of
and
created
secure
this like boutique
with the therapy I
brokerage
received
situation and
at
concierge
UPMC.
services.
It's an
things
amazing
that other
place.
agents aren't providing for
Life-saving,
them.
life-changing information. UPMC.
$4.5 million home in 24 hours.
There's breaking
one of
news
those
all day
that
long from
doesn't
around the
come up
world,
often.
and sometimes all that noise makes it hard to hear about what's happening right here at home. With the free Odyssey app, getting your local news plus breaking news is easy. And even when you're not near a radio, stay connected with what's going on right here by listening live and push alerts. Just download the free Odyssey app and search and follow your local news station, and you're good to go. The local breaking news to get you through your day at your fingertips on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
All the fans out there, they love him enough.
If you own a timeshare, don't miss this public service
family,
announcement from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. If you really want out of your timeshare, hang the phone up immediately or throw that mail piece in the trash and contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance with your timeshare. As the only Inc. 500 timeshare cancellation company, our knowledge, experience, and results has made Wesley a trusted resource for over 40,000 families we've helped get out of their timeshare. Give us a call, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about your timeshare and all of your options for cancellation.
Call for your free info kit, 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121. 800-329-2121.
She's back. Join Dr. Bridget Shufo at 9 this Sunday morning and see how her wellness and weight loss help you get rid of excess weight and, more importantly, keep it off with a healthy lifestyle. It's Dr. Shufo's Health and Wellness Show this Sunday at 9 a.m.
Want more? Sure you do. More friends, a little more time, a few more laughs. More is a good thing. Unless you're talking about risk of serious illness from a respiratory virus. But as we get older, we're more at risk for severe flu, COVID-19, and RSV. Worst birthday presents ever, right? But vaccines lower your risk, so you can keep doing more of all life's good stuff. Get started at vaccines.gov. Risk less, do more. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The final day of our 2-day sale, today only, September 19th at Coons Market with great specials.
Save with your Coons Reward Card. 1,000 sheets per roll Scott bath tissue, 20-roll package, $11.99 each. Additional savings in our meat department. Lean, whole, bone-in, shoulder pork butts, $1.79 a pound. And George's disjointed chicken wings, 4-pound bag, $12.49 each. And Dockside Classics premium crab cakes, 4-count package, $5.49 each. In our produce department, California shelled walnuts, 1-pound bag, $2.49 each. And extra large green bell peppers are 99 cents a pound. In the deli department, selected varieties of Sabra hummus, 10-ounce packages, $2.88 each. In the bakery, cream cheese-filled pumpkin rolls are $6 each. And this week, regular or light Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese, 8-ounce boxes, 2 for $4. And Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup, 4-pack cans, $3.99 each.
So get in on the final day of our 2-day sale, today, September 19th at Coons Market. How do you find the Coons Market nearest you? Simply go to coonsmarket.com.
At
At Baths R Us, we're terrible roofers. We stink at installing siding. And don't ever call us for your kitchen remodel. But if you want a stunning, beautiful bathroom makeover in just 2 or 3 days, now that's when you want to call us. See, unlike most contractors these days, we offer only one service, bathroom remodeling. We don't spread ourselves thin by doing roofing or siding and a bunch of other stuff. Nope. At Baths R Us, we dedicate every company resource into mastering the craft of bath transformations. It's why we're the Midwest's biggest 5-star family-owned bathroom company. And it's why we have the happiest customers. Just check out our Google reviews. Baths R Us. We're terrible roofers, but we're awesome bathroom remodelers. Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loan to no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Recently lost your health insurance and need expert advice? Dina Schmid, founder of One Health Benefits, has been connecting people with the right choice in healthcare benefits for over 2 decades. Dina provides the best options for your needs while making sure you're well covered. And there's never a fee for Dina's services. Call One Health Benefits today, 724-799-8873. That's 724-799-8873. Learn more at onehealthbenefits.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Public filings in a lease reported to the Business Times reveals that Biohaven Pharmaceutical Holding Company, a New Haven-based life sciences firm that describes itself as a biopharmaceutical company focused on the discovery, development, and commercialization of life-changing treatments, has taken a lease for nearly 36,500 square feet at the Assembly. In a quarterly report registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission in March, the company detailed the basics of the new commitment, reporting the new Pittsburgh Center Avenue lease will be used for lab space. The company is working to leave a current office of about 20,000 square feet at 2100 Wharton Street in the South Side. Also, Google.org, the search giant's philanthropic arm, has announced a $250,000 donation to Pennsylvania 4-H, the state arm of a nationwide youth development organization. Alongside this announcement, the company hosted 4-H students at its Pittsburgh offices. The $250,000 will be sub-granted to the National 4-H Council, which will then distribute the funds to the Pennsylvania 4-H Connected Communities AI and Agriculture Initiative program. This program was developed to help train students from rural areas to utilize AI effectively. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Well, David Morehouse confirmed your theory that they better not complain about this $1 million because they're going to get it back 200 times. It's true. The city of Pittsburgh confirmed it.
David Morehouse is a sharp guy.
Yeah, very, very, very bright.
David Morehouse, when we look back at the history of sports teams in our city, he's one of those behind-the-scenes guys we might never know exactly all that he did. Honestly, all that he did for the Penguins. It's absolutely absurd, the amount of things that he did for the Penguins.
Well, like Ackland loves him, said he's brilliant.
Well, he's totally brilliant. Because here's why. He is the hub of the wheel. He knows this person in this realm, this person in that realm, this person in the other realm, and he essentially brings them all together.
And he knows numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he's insanely smart.
It's ignorant, though, what the city's... They look so bad in this thing, man, the way they're managing all of it. They look like idiots.
Well, you know another thing?
It's embarrassing.
And I love it for media's sake.
Yeah.
They look terrible that it's public.
Right on.
You know?
Right on.
If it was... I don't think Ed Gainey would have called out Coghill.
No.
Why is Coghill calling out Ed Gainey?
Because he dumped it in their lap, and they actually write the checks, and he should have gone to them, and they should have had some plan. And it kind of sucks that he's had this mayor for 3 years, and he hasn't met with council. That's kind of obscene, actually. Kind of why they're failing, quite frankly.
Yeah.
I think you got to talk to people, actually.
I would agree to that.
There has to be some sort of esprit de corps, brother.
Well, there isn't. You, man? Not much at all. Had coffee again today. You know what? I've fallen back in love. Not that I ever fell out of love with it. I've been
You wanna
going to
tell the story about why you might not go back to your coffee joint because there's an irritating.
Oh, no, this was a different. That was not in the Strip. That was a different place. Some lady did a whole 25 minutes.
I heard you.
Call yesterday at another coffee place.
Yeah.
On speakerphone.
Yeah.
But here, I don't have
What
the
was it
energy.
about, though? What was the meeting about?
The fourth quarter projections and stuff. And earnings. And I don't know what company she was with.
Were they looking all right?
Yeah. She was also flying to Dallas next week.
Nice.
And then going to either Denver or Sacramento. That's what they were deciding
Nice.
over. But here's the thing. She did the whole thing on speakerphone. She was at the table next to me. 10 years ago, I would have looked at her and said, hey, lady, enough. I don't know how you've grown in life, Marty, but here's where I am. I didn't have the energy to even deal with it.
No.
I don't want any conflict. It was like, I'm just drinking my coffee, lady. Those people, lethal injection, I think. First offense.
Wow.
I mean, the speakerphone. You ever caught their act walking around Giant Eagle or Target or something, the people on speakerphone? It's absurd. It is absurd.
Just picking ice cream.
Right.
Well, they have butter pecan, Ben and Jerry's, and they go through every flavor. You want to stab them in the back.
And you hear the other side of the conversation with somebody talking. It sounds like that, and you don't know how you can hear them. These cell phones have made us crazy.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Colin Dunlap.
You need a haircut, Marty.
I might do it later.
You do it yourself. You got a little thing on the back.
I always have a little thing. What's left? Colin Dunlap is next.
When you start your car,